Awesome.
I'm going on mute.
Okay, man.
I've just timed Jeronimo out as well.
I saw. And we are live. Hi everybody for coming. Thank you for being here. Yeah, it's kind of hot here tonight. Good to see you all. I'm just happy the electricity's nice and stable. They did postpone the load shedding as of this morning, 5 o'clock for a while, so hopefully it stays that way for quite a while. Good to see you all. As you can see, the topic for discussion today is Jeranism equals scientism. The reason I'm saying scientism is just because the ism at the end, obviously he's not for scientism. He's actually more new age. But yeah, hopefully they say it's good to see you. Yeah, no shoes, definitely. I also love walking barefoot. Whoa, wait, where's my... good to see you. Good Florida, Mark. Good to see you, Michael Khan. Yeah. Regis Turslow's already gone. Jeranimo's gone. Sean Hawkins, good to see you. PJ, Kurusank, nice to see you. And Lumpy Gas in the Vacuum. Okay, so yeah. So tonight is going to be a bit different than usual. As you know all, I really do respect one's opinions, and I'm get to a point where I try to be nice to a person, and if they go and they be rude to me and call me retarded and they're swearing me and stuff, even though I'm being nice to them and they're just carrying on and I'm just trying to explain things to them, and then they make shit up about me, I get to a point where I just decide, hang on, I'm going to expose your rubbish. And this is exactly what Jeran is. To me, he's crossed the line where he's just showing me that he's dishonest to me and everybody here, and I'm going to show you tonight why. And yes, I'm going to go through even the conversations we've had on Skype. I don't like showing messages and stuff, but I think this is really needed for the community out there to be able to see this is the kind of guy pushing flat earth. I want nothing to do with this kind of community. I am for honesty, and I'm sure a lot of the people here are all for honesty. So if this is what the flat earth honesty looks like, then I want nothing to do with it. This is how serious I am about it. So if Jeran and Bob from Globebusters can make things like this around our back and, you know, misrepresent everybody like the FED crew and whatever like they like to do, then that's up to them. But when they have to come and make shit up with me, even though I'm being nice to them, then I'm going to get personal. As easy as that. I can be as nice as I want, but I can also be an asshole sometimes. So yeah, I did contact a whole bunch of people and ask if they would like to come on tonight. They're more than welcome. They can also present things, because it's not just me that's had the same problem with these two guys. Obviously tonight I'm not going to really concentrate on Bob. I'm just going to concentrate on Jeran. So yeah, let's just take it on, because I want you guys to take this from a viewpoint of, how can I put it? You're just there, you don't take sides with bias with anybody. You can even come here and tell me if I'm wrong on something, which I'm sure I am wrong on something, but like I said, from me, I'm 100% open book to you guys. I'm honest, and I'm trying to, I did try and really mend the two groups together. But if this is what I'm getting, I'm no longer interested. So then I'm rather going to expose the guy for what he is. A fraud. You heard me. Jeran, you are a deceiver. You are the one that's pushing New Age bullshit. You are the one trying to make everybody else look bad, because they show you an ignorant buffoon. So, yeah, good to see everybody here. Citizens D, thank you for coming. Will Gaston, thank you. Will Gaston, I don't really want to fight against each other, but I think it's time to expose this nonsense. So yeah. We can start off. I think that's quite a good idea. I'm going to first start with, I think the YouTube video that he brought out today. That might be the best one to start, and then I will show the messages and stuff from Skype. Do keep in mind, and I want you guys to really listen what this guy says. Hey Gary Rybanger, good to see you.
Let's see here if we've got, yes, I thought I had the link already. Yeah, dude, 1 second.
Is the sound sounding okay to you guys? I think I might have to put it a bit louder. Okay. Hi Mac, good to see you. So stop, good to see you.
This is a video done by Flat Earth Tests, I believe.
Yeah, this is a test by Brian Leake, Flat Earth Tests. As you would actually see that Jeran doesn't actually take what was presented by him, he takes it and actually misrepresents it, because Brian is not trying to get them to separate. Brian is just trying to show them, look, you do have some doublespeak, maybe you should just retract your messages. Which I 100% agree with. People do sometimes misspeak on things. I did message Brian as well to tell him one of the parts he might have to retract himself because it does go against what he was saying. But yes, let's go through and see what Jeran actually wants to show. Okay, let's get to it.
Lost him. There we go. I mean, if this doesn't tell you what's going on here, I don't know what it will take. I really don't. This is a 4-minute video by Flat Earth Tests. Definitely subscribe to him if you could. And here we go. We're going to just check out this, and you should see everything you need to see.
Yes, I 100% agree. Do subscribe to Brian Leake, Flat Earth Tests. He does have a great channel, and he is an awesome guy. I have nothing against him.
Very easily. Here you go.
Is a known tactic of certain types of people in this topic.
Everybody double speaks when they're in cognitive dissonance. Everybody, without exception, is taken a method and turned it into what men say.
Very, very clear. Everybody double speaks. Give me a second. Yes, Nikki, I can't even throw my mask in there. Okay, sorry guys, give me just 2 minutes. I just have to quickly get panada for my daughter. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's get back to it.
Yeah, it's because it's a method. Who came up with the method?
Who came up with the method? Christians, actually. If you actually know the history of science, you would know the method was actually done by Christians. Something you claim to have been, but you were a Catholic. So that's the first red flag. A Catholic is not a Christian. One red flag, yeah. So, if you knew the history of science in the first instance, you would know who came up with it. But yeah, as usual, you try and misrepresent science and you're saying, oh, because it's man, so therefore bias. No, they made an empirical method to try and work out reality because they did not want a bias. Jeran?
So science is going to say, science doesn't say anything.
Oh, it doesn't?
Jeran, you ugly clown.
I'm sorry.
It doesn't have lips. It's a method.
Science doesn't say anything.
Yes, it doesn't say anything. Science is a method. It literally is a or B. It's a cause and effect relationship.
Science says
What?
water will boil as a direct consequence of heat.
You complete clown.
That.
Yeah, that's a great rebuttal there, you complete clown. No, instead of actually misrepresenting what he was saying. Obviously, you take it out of context, like usual, because he says science says, obviously he says science doesn't say anything. So yes, misspoken, maybe. Taken out of context, definitely.
100 degrees centigrade at sea level or 40.
Hey there, studio, good to see you. Signet said, great to see you guys. Yeah, this is quite a hectic one tonight. Not something I really enjoy doing, but I think it's something that has to be done. DJ Scorer, no, flat earthers not talking on flat earthers. Real flat earthers actually exposing made up flat earthers. Someone that's just there to try and push new age rubbish. That's what it is. I'm saying it straight out. Glowbusters, the Jeranism and what's the name, they are not actual flat earthers. I'm going to stick 100% with Jake the asshole and say they are shills. I'm claiming that 100%, and the things they're doing shows this 100%. Because even things I've presented to them and asked them, please can you try and explain it to me, they can't. They ignore me straight out. Why would someone that's supposedly honest is ignoring this?
15.7 psi.
And then they'd say, okay, what is science proven? And they say water boils at 100 degrees Celsius.
No, we wouldn't say that. We would say heat causes water to boil. How many times have I have to tell you that?
I'm sorry. I thought you...
With your little...
Yes, heat energy. Heat causes water to boil. Let's see what's going on here.
Hypothetical here that you dreamed up
we dreamed that up.
between the funhouse mirrors between your ears is horseshit.
Austin, we dreamed that up.
You guys are kind of misrepresenting what QE said. So yes, you dreamed it up because you guys are the strawman king.
They never used to say water boils at 100 degrees.
Yes, they used to say water boils at 100 degrees. We still do say water boils at 100 degrees because it does. It literally does boil at 100 degrees. The point is not that it boils at 100 degrees, you ignorant fool. The point is heat causes the water to boil. He put the 100 degrees there. He even said it before. He put the 100 degrees there so you can have a value to know it. Just like 1 atmospheric pressure, 100 degrees. It's not because it goes to 100 degrees. It's just a set value because there you have context of what's going on. It's the heat, not the container as you push it.
We're the idiots.
Yes, you are.
They're not changing their story. It's we're just dumb.
The story has never changed. You guys are just taking it out of context because that's what deceivers do.
I get it now.
We don't say that.
They never say that, actually.
We're just smashing it here with cowbell.
Never saying it.
So here comes some more.
Oh.
Scientists using the scientific method have proven.
What?
Yeah, proven. That word he doesn't like much, guys.
You ready?
Yeah.
Number 1, water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Celsius at sea level.
Remember when I say you guys take something out of context? You might want to go and look at some of his other presentations as well when he explains why he said it this way. But yeah, usually only get one side of the story, and this is the problem with the Glowbusters crew. They only take the one side of the story. They don't take the other side of the story. You know, when I invite them to come onto my show and actually give their side and they make excuses not to, or they ignore me and they call me names when I ask them, just come and give your side, at least Whitson had the balls to come and actually talk to me. Thank you, Whitson. I got nothing against you, dude. So, yeah.
Atmosphere pressure.
But we don't say that. We've never said that.
Kilopascal.
Again, he's just taking things out of context without actually knowing what is said. It's very simple. I've heard QE say this multiple times. The reason they worded it like that is so you know the context of the experiment. So you know the bounds.
Those are 14.7 psi.
No, it's hypotheticals that we make up in our mind.
They'd say, okay, what is science proven? And they say water boils at 100 degrees Celsius.
No, we wouldn't say that.
you
We
don't
would
say
say
it. Okay.
heat causes water to boil. How many times have I have to tell you that?
100 probably, because I
That
thought
would
that
be
you...
science. Why on unholy hell would you tell us that it's open to change after the fact?
Yeah, why would something change? If a hypothesis is already validated, aka proven, why would it change afterwards? Obviously, you can try and do the test again and try and disprove it, but what are you going to disprove if you haven't changed anything? Because if A, therefore B. If B, therefore, you know, it stays the same. So if heat energy causes water to boil, it's always going to cause water to boil. If you stick to the hypothesis, it's proven, it's validated. Nothing you do in future is going to invalidate that proven hypothesis. You can make another hypothesis with now, that's what I was trying to explain. Let's say the first one is proven. Heat energy causes water to boil at 1 atmospheric pressure. There's the one hypothesis. No matter how much times you test it, it's going to be proven. Now they go and you make another hypothesis. Changing temperature causes water to boil at different temperatures. Do you see the difference here? It's not the same hypothesis. You've caused water to boil now, but remember, pressure is linked to temperature. So temperature changes with pressure. They're inversely proportional. This is simple thermodynamics, man. This is simple science.
Because it is. Because
No, if it's proven.
Yes, if it's proven, it's proven. This is why you do not like that word proven, Jeran, because you want to push that containers is the reason why it changes temperature of 100 degrees. Since when does water change, phase change, because of a container? If something changes phase at a temperature, that is it. You're literally saying you're changing its molecular structure because of a container. But yes, we're still going to get to that later.
Something, Tom, it's proven. It's not open to interpretation after the fact. It's proven. That's what
okay, so could you give an example?
water boiling at 100 degrees at sea level.
No, we wouldn't say that. We would say heat.
You see what I mean? They take things out of context. Water does boil at 100 degrees Celsius at 1 atmospheric at sea level. It does. This is proven, scientifically proven. They still teach it in schools today. If you ever go and actually do a science class where they actually say, let's build a thermometer, how do you calibrate that thermometer? You have it at freezing point and you have it at boiling point. You calibrated it. What is that boiling point? Oh, I thought it was 100 degrees.
Causes water to boil.
They don't
How many
say that.
times have I have to tell you that?
100.
Hypothesis. If heat independent variable.
This guy's so dumb, he doesn't even get showing this. He's debunking himself. It's showing 100 degrees, guys, and the water's boiling at 100 degrees in a kettle. Huh. I've a plastic kettle and I get the same results. And I did one with the pot the other day, got the same results. Michael Kahn also has a video that I'm going to show just now with the same results. Did we all have the same materials? No. Weird.
When water boils, dependent variable at 100 degrees C. At sea
This-
level. Null.
This is a video, by the way, that
Sorry that it's buffering like this. Since all these load shedding things have been happening, this is unfortunately what I get now and then. Kind of unstable for some odd reason. How long is this dang
Nathan, he still has on his.
Penmeister, how long is this drama gonna be content on both sides? It's getting old, we are fighting. Pen, if you got a problem with it, then nobody's caught telling you to be here. I'm showing this tonight so I can move on from it, so I can just give this to all the audience that actually follow this deceiving rubbish, ignorant, non-scientific people, and actually show them for the deceivers they are. I'm not a guy that likes to call people out deceivers, but I'm sorry, enough is enough. If someone wants to attack me for being nice to them behind their back, and they got some kind of ego problem, they push new age rubbish, then yes, I'm going to expose them.
His channel right now as we speak. They're going around making fun of Austin, making fun of me, saying that they never
Double
said.
speaking is a no.
They never said water boils at 100 degrees, even though every single person that watches that show or my show knows that they've said it, and they're allowed to get away with absolute out-front lies.
See what I'm saying? Take things out of context, misrepresent what was actually said. If you actually watch the FED shows, you would know the reason they say it and the way they say it. But you only hear from your side, Jeran. Your audience only hears from your side. Do they actually go to FED? No, because their great priest, Jeran, tells them, don't go over them, don't go listen to them. And what is your reason? Because they're liars, they're scammers, because you say so. I'm also a scammer, by the way, guys, because I say water boils at 100 degrees Celsius at 1 atmospheric pressure, which is scientifically proven because you can do the test and it shows it to be true. I'm also a scammer because I say, Jeran, you are trying to not push what is the actual argument. He's going against what the actual argument is. So yeah, I see Sean Hawkins is keeping you guys busy in chat again. Very sad.
Just blatant as can be. You have QE saying we don't say that. We wouldn't say that. We would say heat causes water boil. We never say that it's boils, but we all over the place they've said it. And if
Yes, but you're taking it out of context again, just like when you like taking the Bible out of context. Remember how the people are getting on against you these days when you're saying things like streets paved of gold and then trying to say, oh, but men wrote the Bible. Yeah, the same kind of thing. Remember, you're the same guy that said fornication is okay because it's okay for you. Ouch. Sorry, dude, but your New Age stuff does not gel with me too well. If you are willing to be able to push New Age hypocrisy and miscontext people to make an agenda, then you are dishonest. Then it shows you the true scammer is.
you go down here, I don't know how far into my many pictures. Look at all the fun pictures of me. Isn't that fun? This is like really almost stalking.
No, it's not stalking. You attacked his career. You attacked his name. You actually defamed his name. It's called defamation of character, Jeran. That's exactly what you did to him. So he has a right to stick up for himself and show who the actual scammer is, because it's definitely not him. It's definitely not them. It's you, Jeran, showing this because you take things out of context. You are even too damn scared just to go and actually just talk to them on his show. What's your excuse? No, they use the mute button, which is bullshit. They do not use the mute button. People go on. How do you think they get their arguments in the first instance? It's because they let the people talk, but as soon as they've got to a point, they just cut them down at the knees. Why must you let someone beg the question when you know when they're going? Why must you let someone spew their nonsense for 5 to 10 minutes if you can just break it down at the knees? That's what a good debater does, Jeran. Unless you want them to hear the globe side of preaching stuff that is not science as science.
Really, if you will. That's what it looks like to me, at least. Let's go to the... Nope, that's not the right one. Let's go to the bigger screen. It'll be a little easier for you to see. There we go. So you can see all the pictures of me. This is fun, just to go to some channel and see pictures of you, pictures of you, pictures of you.
Yes, he's having pictures of you on because he's trying to show that you are the one being dishonest and ignorant. Yes, if you actually watched it and actually listened to what was said, you would understand, and you would have had, if you're honest, you would have retracted your messages long ago. But you don't watch it. You simply just go on, yeah, and then what is your text going to be? Oh yeah, he's got such little views, he's got such a small channel. As if that is now some kind of victory. As if that means something to someone when you're actually making their name look bad.
Educating Jer. But the fact is, I'm right.
You guys heard that. The fact is, I'm right. And then he laughs about it. That kind of sounds like you know you're not right and you are just trying to fool everyone to saying you are right. No, sorry, Jeran. You are not right. Not in the 100%. Nothing you're saying is right.
So how are they going to get out of this one?
They don't need to get out of it. You need to get out of it because you are the one that's wrong. You are the one misrepresenting. You are the one making someone's name look bad. You are the one with the claim that we are scammers. Yes, you.
Who knows? Look at this video here. It's called Water Boiling at 100 Degrees. Now, if it just was that, you'd be like, oh, that's not really the same thing until you open it up and the guy is giving
water
a
boils
scientific...
at 100 degrees. That's
He's giving a scientific what?
it's not proof of anything.
Oh, let's whistle and let's talk about what we're doing. Which is what?
Heat, independent variable.
Which is what? He's showing you water boiling at 100 degrees Celsius at 1 atmospheric. That is a hypothesis. You know something called scientific method, Jeran? That's exactly what it is. He just proved his hypothesis, and you are dumb enough to show it on screen after you are the one claiming science doesn't prove things. And remind everybody what citations you use to claim science doesn't prove things. Would that be pseudo-scientific papers? The things you claim to be against?
If heat...
Water boils, dependent variable.
If heat, yes. IV, independent variable. That means heat is the cause. Then water boils at 100 degrees at sea level. Remember, there's a reason they put this in there. You might want to go and actually look why they put that in there. Instead of trying to misrepresent them and say it only boils. Does it say only boils at 100 degrees? No. When you add heat, that is the cause, not that. That is nothing. This is the hypothesis. IV, heat, causes water to boil. There we go. That is the hypothesis. Water boiling is the DV, that's the effect. Heat is the IV. That they put in there is to bring context as a control. You, to being an ignorant fool, do not understand that. So you want to go and misrepresent, create strawman arguments. Yes. So, you just debunked yourself. You just shown you do not have any science. You're science illiterate. You are literally a fool.
100 degrees C.
Oh, if heat, then water boils at 100 degrees Celsius.
Yes. If heat, that's the null. If heat, then water does not boil. That's the null. You prove the hypothesis or you disprove the hypothesis by proving the null. You either prove A or you prove B. Do you get it? So no matter how much times you're going to test this, you're either going to be proving one or the other. Now if you keep to the hypothesis, it will always stay true. If you prove it like he's proven it, yeah, it's 100 degrees Celsius at sea level, and someone else does it, welcome Alpha Wolf, good to see you. Dude, PJ Cruikshank, I have to pause it right. Thanks for becoming a member, dude. Alpha Wolf, you really rock, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you, Michael Khan, also for being a member. And to all the other people that do support me on this channel, you guys are all really, really awesome. I hope I'm getting the right message through to this guy because, yeah, there's just so much a guy can take about this ignorance of science.
If there's such thing as the ultimate reification fallacy, this would be it.
What is reification, yeah? Scientific method has nothing, absolutely got nothing to do with causation. I mean, got nothing to do with correlation. So, yep, correlation is not science. Causation is science. Hence, if heat, then water boils. That's cause and effect. They stating the control, so you have the context. Remember, it says water. Jeran, just note, it says water here. You know, H2O, water. You might want to consider this when we get to the later stages.
Do you realize that the actual definition for 100 degrees is the boiling point of water is 100 degrees?
No shit, Sherlock. That's because it was scientifically validated to be at 100 degrees. Can you show me water not boil at 100 degrees, please? When you had heat, it boil at 100 degrees because it is scientifically proven. Very, very... No, Sean Hawkins, science is not correlative. Science is only causative. I went through this with my last live stream. If you guys haven't watched it already, please do go look at it. I think I will try and bring it up now just to show. It's like, really? If someone comes and tells you science is so there we go. This is it. FTE debate recap. If you haven't already, please do watch that where I go through with script of what's the name of the citation after citation, showing it's causative, not correlative. Causative, not correlative. Okay, so please do go through and watch that, guys. Very well worth it if you have someone like Sean that thinks science is correlation based. He's a pseudoscientist. Okay. Remember, science does not worry about belief. Science has got no whatsoever. As Nathan likes to say, science doesn't say anything. So it doesn't care what your beliefs are towards it. It either proves or it disproves. That's what scientific method is created as. That's why when the Christians did it in those years to create it, yes, Christians created the scientific method. It was so they can have better understanding of the world we live, and they wanted to take all biasness out of it. So it's really odd to me that today you get atheists and anti-Christians trying to push the scientific method, but in the meantime they push pseudoscience and not actual science, because to them it's scientism, it's a religion, hence scientism.
It's like, so, and again, as I've showed, I'll show right here. I've shown this to all of them, by the way. So this is not anything new, and they refuse to acknowledge this is why they get scammer time.
You see what I'm saying? This, we're still going to go through this as well, guys. He sent me this as well. Poor guy. Really, really poor guy. I don't understand how this guy can be so scientific illiterate. Literally. In the abstract of this paper debunks him. The abstract.
Because if you refuse to acknowledge that you're wrong, then...
Yes. Oh, guys, he has his abstract. But I'm not going to go through this now. We're going to go through it soon. That's going to be quite cool. Because, yes, this guy cannot refuse. Remember, he said a few minutes ago, he is right. So he already, how can I put this? He's got an ego problem.
What are you? If you're just going to put your feet into the sand and say, no, we're right.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. Are you looking in the mirror when you say that, Jeran?
Myth of the boiling point. This is a scientific paper. Scientific Progress 2008 by Ho-Sok Chang. Around 1800, many reputable scientists reported significant variations on the temperature of pure water.
Ooh, wait. What did he say, guys? Let's see if you can listen what he just said.
As the ultimate reification fallacy, this would be it. Do you realize that the actual definition for 100 degrees is the boiling point of water is 100 degrees?
Yeah, so if it is the actual definition, then why are you fighting?
It's like, so, and again, as I've showed, I'll show right here. I've shown this to all of them, by the way. So this is not
yes, he's shown this to us,
anything
guys.
new, and they refuse to acknowledge this is why they get scammer time.
No, we don't refuse to acknowledge anything. The one that's refusing to understand what the word says on screen is you, Jeran, which you are going to blatantly show to everybody on screen now. Jeran cannot read.
Because if you refuse to acknowledge that you're wrong, then what are you? If you
refuse to acknowledge that you're wrong, what are you? In your definition, that's a scammer. So, in other words, you should eat your own medicine and call yourself a scammer, Jeran.
You're just going to put your feet into the sand and say, no, we're right. The myth of the boiling point. This is a scientific paper.
Read it and weep, guys. Listen when he gets to a certain point of what kind of water is it.
Scientific Progress 2008 by Ho-Sok Chang. Around 1800, many reputable scientists reported significant variations on the temperature of pure water.
Ooh, did he say again? Pure water. Tell me once where anybody here has shown the argument for pure water. Anybody in chat, have you guys seen once anybody here, FED crew, anybody talk about pure water and 100 degrees Celsius? Type 1 in chat if you did see pure water somewhere besides his citation here, or type 2 where you did not see pure water from our side. So in other words, this is just a straw man argument. While we wait for the 1s and 2s to come through, let's read what's going on with the poll. So again, number 1, if we did say anything about pure water, or number 2, we didn't say anything about pure water. Okay. Is Jeran honest with everyone? Out of 57 votes, only 23% people say yes, 63% of people say no, and 14% of people say not sure. Really odd, Jeran. I thought you were honest. If you were so honest, don't you think everything would have been yes? Very odd. Okay, 2, yes, exactly, 2. Because I wish I have not seen anybody say the word pure water before. What is pure water? Well, it means it's got no minerals. It's got everything that's devoid of H2O, really, what we drink. Do you think he's sticking pure water in his kettle to boil? No, I use distilled pure water with spray painting for the water base because the minerals and things can cause bacteria on the paint. There's a reason why he's using pure water here and not normal water, Jeran. So, would you be so kind as to take your straw man, shove it up your ass, and go take it somewhere else, because we are not as ignorant as you, because you can't even read the words pure water. I did try and tell him this in Skype, by the way, guys, but he ignores it. So who's the scammer again? Yeah. Okay, so again, pure water. Now, why would they be saying pure water if the argument is not even for pure water? This is because this guy here doesn't actually read the things he tries to present. He loves to present papers that support him, but actually just show him to be an ignorant fool. So yeah, no one said pure water.
Boiling under normal atmospheric pressure. The reported
So yeah, I think we're making it very clear, guys. Jeran doesn't know science even if it can hit him in the face, because it's this little very specific nuances that make science what it is today. MB, everyone thinks the Earth is round. Wouldn't you think that they would all be saying it's flat? No, MB. The reason they're saying it's round is because it's a pseudo-scientific model based on belief. John Watson, how's it good to see you? Science doesn't prove anything, but there's some scientists talking about pure water boiling. Exactly. How's the double
variations
speaking
included a difference of what.
Huh? How's the double speaking there, John Watson, telling us science doesn't prove things, but then he wants to present scientific papers to disprove the science? Really great logic there.
Over 1 degree Celsius between boiling in metallic and glass vessels, and superheating up to 112 degrees Celsius on extracting dissolved air out of the water. I have confirmed most of these observations with my own experiments, many of which are described in this paper. Water boils at the boiling point only under very particular circumstances.
There's another thing you didn't read. Under very particular circumstances. So you have to take those particular circumstances away of 1 atmospheric pressure of normal water to get these things. So you did not disprove the hypothesis, you create a new hypothesis. You are using pure water with different control variables, aka different types of containers. Now, we all know that in thermodynamics, things love to move around. What happens when you take some of those things and rearrange them and take it away? Would the behavior change? Odd. Really odd. And as far as we know, containers have different shapes and stuff as well, so they have different variables attached to the outcome. So tell me again, how are you disproving science?
Our common sense intuition about the fixedness of the boiling point is only sustained by our limited experience.
Of pure water again, remember. Pure water, keyword out, pure.
And he goes on and on. We all learn at school that pure water always boils at 100 degrees Celsius under normal atmospheric pressure. Like surprisingly many things that everybody knows, this is a myth.
Again, pure water. Do you know what pure water means, Jeran?
We ought to stop perpetrating.
I love how even last time, perpetuating
this myth in schools and universities and everyday life. Not only is it incorrect, it is also conveys misleading ideas about the nature of scientific knowledge, and unlike some other...
Justin Franks, different containers will change the amount of time it takes to boil, but it won't change the boiling point. I 100% agree with that, Justin Franks, because you're changing some variables in pressures and the way the molecules and things are moving around. So yes, 100%. Hey Nathan Oakley, good to see you. Yeah, so as you can see, we're busy ripping Jeran a new hole because the idiot doesn't even know what pure water means. Yeah, so good to see you. Glad are you enjoying your holiday? Hope so.
Myths, it does not serve sufficiently useful functions. There are actually all sorts of variations in the boiling temperature of water. No, man, who said that?
Here comes another straw man again, guys. He's going to be going back to normal water, but what is this paper based on? As far as I realized, it was pure water.
Said that water doesn't boil at 100 degrees, causing the scammer time to change their approach. Oh, we never said 100 degrees. We just said heat equals.
No. He didn't say we never said that. You guys are taking out of context again. He said water boiling is caused by heat, not water boiling at 100 degrees causes. That's the difference. You are totally taking the words and screwing them around. You are misrepresenting the argument. Why? Because you are ignorant to science. You don't read the words on screen. The citation you give as a rebuttal is for pure water, not normal H2O, like the rest of us live and breathe and drink with. I mean, really? Yes, exactly. Cause and effect, Nathan. This mongrel here doesn't understand when he shows something for pure water, it doesn't mean water. Pure water is not the same as normal water.
Water boils. Still, I call false. Let's say that I go get my pot of water right now, or a pot, and I put it on my stove, and I turn the stove on low. Okay? How long do you think it's going to take me to...
What has the time got to do with it, Jeran? Did it say there anything about time in the hypothesis? No, I had the same problem with globers. Are you a glober now? I'm starting to think you are a glober because you have the exact same outlook as the globers against this whole argument. You, supposed to be honest, is supposed to say, yes, let's look at this from a logical standpoint. This is what your hypothesis says. Let's test what your hypothesis says, not make straw man based because you have a biased belief on science doesn't prove things. That just makes you a glober. So, yeah. Everybody, I'm saying once again, this guy is science illiterate. He can just as well be a glober because he's as dumb as a glober.
Boil that water? The answer is forever. Okay? If you look...
Again, time has got nothing to do with the hypothesis. Time can only be a control variable. That is how it works. Show me where time was stated in his hypothesis. So stop making straw men of, no, it's going to take forever or live. This shows you don't know what science is.
Low setting on my stove is not hot enough to boil water. Therefore, heat does not equal water.
What? Sorry, did I hear that right, guys?
Change their approach. Oh, we never said 100 degrees. We just said heat equals water boils. Still, I call false.
You just saw the hypothesis on screen. Heat causes water to boil. That is what... So where did you call false? So what you just showed on screen was not there. Are we blind?
Let's say that I go get my pot of water right now, or a pot, and I put it on my stove, and I turn the stove on low. Okay? How long do you think it's going to take me to boil that water?
Again, it doesn't got nothing to do with the time. And you are dumb by thinking putting it on low, it's going to be going to 100 degrees. When you put something on low, doesn't it have a maximum temperature set on low? You actually have to know you're putting enough heat energy to get to the boiling point, because you know the boiling point, aka the context, was 100 degrees Celsius. It's the same as buying a kettle and they're only putting half the power because they want to save power, and then it doesn't boil because they only put half the power. That's your logic of thinking.
The answer is forever. Okay? The low setting on my stove is not hot enough to boil water. Therefore,
and no one claimed it is. That's a straw man and an idiotic rebuttal.
heat does not equal water. So
heat does not equal... Did you guys hear that? He says heat does not equal water. No one said heat equals water. Heat energy causes water to boil. Must I say it in Afrikaans? Hitte veroorsaak dat die water kook.
Again, you failed to prove anything.
We just proved it. You showed his experiment on screen. He showed it boiling at 100 degrees Celsius, which he said on his hypothesis and control.
Which is sense the point of science. You guys want to keep digging your feet in? Watch
Yeah, keep digging your feet in, Jeran.
your show go bye-bye. It might be the goal. The goal might be for the show to take a dive.
Oh, this is the guys. This is when he starts going against Nathan's show on his subs and nothing's happening, no, because he doesn't have an argument. He doesn't have science to back it up. He doesn't have anything to back it up. So what does he do? What they do best: attack the character and the show instead of attack the argument. Because he hasn't even managed to attack the argument. He's created a straw man to burn, which was a rubbish straw man in the first instance, which he couldn't even burn. That's how dumb he is.
Because you cannot be this bad and hang yourself out to dry that much. And then today, they were talking this morning, you've got, what's his name, QE saying, and now Austin's trying to change his story. He's trying to go back.
Austin did try and change his story a few times. Obviously, everybody does contradict himself now and then. So that is understandable, especially when you're backed into a corner. So it does happen, Jeran, but the difference between Austin and yourself is you know you're wrong. You are literally going out to deceive people because you got an ego problem and you want to be right. Remember you said a few minutes ago, you are right, and then you started laughing. Because you know you're not right. You are literally lying to everyone. I hope your audience is watching this. I hope you show this to your audience, if you're man enough to show them, so they can actually get the other side of the argument that you present. Because you don't present the other side. You just misrepresent and call people names and scammers and defame their names. Enough is enough, Jeran. It's time you get off your high pedestal and see, I don't care if you got 300,000 subs. Subs doesn't make a person honest.
On what he said originally, here's what I realized the problem is. I think that at some point, these guys got onto this idea that debates are about winning and losing.
No one says debates are winning and losing here. Even when I have a debate, how much times do I actually say? If anybody says debate is about winning or losing, they do not understand what a debate is. A debate is simply about getting your argument across to the audience. It's for them to decide to take the logical step and accept it or not. Nothing about winning or losing. There again, you are making, again, more straw man arguments. You guys are the king of straw man arguments. No one says anything about winning or losing. It's only you guys.
And they're not. At all. It's not even the point. So what they're about is just their side winning. Well, don't you realize that debates are for growth? They're not for winning.
Debates are for growth. Hey Owen, good to see you. Sorry, this guy's stupid is getting to me. But do stay tuned because we're going to go through some of the messages he sent me and on Skype and some of the links he sent me. And then we can see how stupid this guy really is.
Winning and losing. So, again, why it is that you think everybody's got to win or lose.
You guys, Sean Hawkins, you guys can time him out. It doesn't matter. Let him go because Sean Hawkins is the same guy telling me that time can be an independent variable. He's the same guy that tells me time is an independent variable because it can be changed. Yeah. Show me manipulation of time, please, Sean. Anyway, back to the idiot of tonight's show. The king of Dunning-Kruger himself, Jeran Campanella. Yes, the idiot from down, or wherever he is, because he probably thinks he does live on a globe the way he's defending this stuff. Doesn't this seem kind of globy to you guys? Because, I'm sorry, if I had to take this as a newcomer and I didn't know he was a flat earther, I would literally say he's a glober. Literally.
I don't know. Just admit that you were wrong. Admit that water doesn't boil at 100 degrees Celsius.
You showed it boiling at 100 degrees Celsius. Remember, Jeran? Do you have short-term memory loss or something?
That it's a misnomer. You can read this paper that I've sent to all of you.
Do you even know what a misnomer means?
That there are all sorts of variations in the boiling temperature.
Of pure water, remember? Are you failing to cognitively understand pure water is not H2O, normal H2O? You've taken all the minerals and everything out. It has different properties.
Removing dissolved air out of the water can easily raise the boiling temperature by about 10 degrees centigrade. The fickleness of the boiling point is something that was once widely known among scientists. It is quite easy to verify, as I have learned in the simple experiments that I discussed below, and it is still known by many of today's experts. Not only that, but why do most people believe the opposite of what is the case? And
because we're not the ones pushing pure water doesn't boil. You are the one bringing pure water into the conversation when no one has brought pure water into the conversation. It's called a category error. You know what that means?
Maintain it with such confidence? How has a clear falsehood become a scientific common sense? It talks about the history of science here. It goes through all these different temperatures. They're both.
I hope you read the history of science. I wonder if they put in there that Christians created the scientific method. You might want to, because I think you're going to probably want to start strawmanning that as well. No, scientists didn't create it, because it's man-made. Yeah.
Boiling points marked on this thermometer at the familiar 212 Fahrenheit. It says water boils vehemently down to about 204.
And just close that quickly.
It says begins to boil.
It's hot.
What is going on here? You may think that the artisan who made the thermometer must have been pretty incompetent on scientific matters, but it turns out that this thermometer was the work of George Adams, official scientific instrument maker to King George.
Yeah.
And the idea of
Sorry guys, this guy can just go on and on and on.
2 boiling points actually came straight from Isaac Newton, whose temperature scale published in 1701 was indeed the first of Adam's 4 scales. Another thing is we don't even...
Do you see that? Yeah. Like I said earlier, have you ever actually built and calibrated a thermometer, Jeran? You would know why it is at 100 degrees Celsius. Just do yourself a favor and actually look into it. How is a thermometer built, made, and calibrated? Okay.
You can't even describe water boiling.
Hey Shank the Globe, good to see you. Actions speak louder than words. Just because someone labels themselves a flat earther doesn't mean it's true. 100% Shank the Globe, 100% agree. If you guys haven't already, do subscribe to Shank the Globe. He's got an awesome channel. Awesome channel. And yeah, I think we have to be wary of guys like this. I don't trust him. I gave him the benefit of the doubt for quite a long time. Like things he was saying with red flags, I just try to push aside. And you know, you can ask the FED crew. I was trying to stick up for these guys and say, no, maybe we can sort this out. But after waking up this morning and getting that other message from him, it just crossed the line totally. I just can't take it anymore. Calling me retarded and a scammer because I say, why don't you come on my show so we can talk about it? Yeah. You know there's something wrong. If someone's being courteous and nice to them and all I'm getting from the other side is how stupid you're a scammer, you're a retard. We're seeing who the actual retard is here. Definitely not me. It's the guy who cannot read the word pure water.
You can't... What I mean by that is you don't know when it's boiling.
Yes, you do know when it's boiling. It's called phase change. Did you not learn this in school? When it's boiling at a set temperature, it's staying at that temperature and it's carrying on staying that way because it's turning to steam. It's got nowhere to go. It's going through phase change. That is called boiling. So yes, we all know what boiling is. You, just because you're science illiterate, means you do not know, doesn't mean the rest of humanity doesn't know what boiling water is. It just means you don't know, Jeran.
If we're going to say things are proven and are exact, then that means that water must boil at exactly 100 degrees.
And it is proven scientifically, heat energy causes water to boil at 100 degrees Celsius at 1 atmospheric pressure. Can you disprove that? No, because it's a proven hypothesis. It's a validated hypothesis used by the empirical method. It does not care a shit about your belief about it.
Well, when is it boiling? When
it is boiling, when it's going through phase change. What the hell question is that?
First bubbles start rising, the 10th bubbles, the 50th bubbles.
No.
I don't know. I don't know
well,
when.
I'll show you how it's boiling when we get to Michael Kahn's video, because he actually did the experiment as well with the great thermometer to show you at 100 degrees Celsius, just to shut you up.
That would be, again, is it useful to say water boils at 100 degrees Celsius? Sure. Is it correct to say it's been proven and to make fun of other people who say they don't believe science can prove anything? No, of course not.
No. Again, no one's making fun of you, Jeran. We are stating fact. Fact. Jeran Campanella does not understand science. Fact. Jeran likes to strawman because he doesn't understand science. Fact. Jeran is a dishonest cunt because he doesn't understand science. fact, Jeran has an ego problem and cannot accept when he's wrong.
That's ridiculous. Nathan Oakley's not in charge of what I believe. Hey,
No, and Nathan Oakley's not in charge of anybody what they believe. Nathan Oakley tells this to himself. Nathan is Nathan. QE is QE. Keith is Keith. I have nothing to do with them if I'm talking to you. They have nothing to do with me if they talk. You know, if two grown adults talk to each other, you don't bring up QE and Nathan because it's got nothing to do with them. It's got to do with us. But since you like bringing them into the argument, I thought, let's show the world why you bring them. Because little children, yes, you're not mature enough to understand that when two grown-ups talk to each other, the one is courteous to you and you're tall and retarded and being mean to them after time and time again. And you cross a line. It stops. You don't know me personally, Jeran. I'm not a nice guy when you cross over the line. No, I'm not.
hate to tell you guys, not in charge at all.
Now, I won't play the whole video, Michael, but I'll definitely show the proper parts that he needs to see, which he's probably going to then have an excuse for as well.
In fact, it's like -%, if that's possible. Like negative probably 13-14%, I'm guessing. Clearly below zero. But anyway, this paper goes on and explains and talks about this guy's experiments and showing it. And then I've also showed other papers as well.
Yeah, you showed other papers as well, where they all say pure water.
People, actually last night I showed a couple experiments, people boiling water and getting 102 and 98 and in ceramic bowls. And this...
Yeah, showing in what? Pure water again.
This is how dishonest these guys are. When I said that and I said, oh, actually in ceramic bowls, the water boils at 102.
Guys, listen to this. So he's saying in ceramic bowls, the water actually boils at 102.
They hee-haw and laugh and make videos and say, Jeran thinks that the container causes water to boil. Nobody's ever said.
You just said the ceramic. So you're saying it changes the temperature of water. You're saying it literally changes the molecular structure of water. You were saying ceramic or glass is causing water to boil at a different temperature. So going through a different temperature phase change. Yes, you are saying container causes water to boil. You're saying it causes water to boil at a different temperature, changing its molecular structure. That's exactly what you're saying.
Of course, nobody believes that. Just like when they made a straw man and told me that, oh, Jeran believes that dirt, soil content makes what? No, that's just a straw man you built.
No, they're trying to explain to you that you adding things to water does not change the hypothesis created. Hypothesis is heat energy causes water to boil, not heat energy causes pure water to boil. Oh, John Kent, good to see you. Audio is a bit low, sorry about that. 100% agree, Nathan Oakley. Water causes water to boil. Sorry, it's as loud as it can go. Chow, I can't stick the TV loud, unfortunately, because otherwise it starts echoing. I am still trying to get a mic and camera, but the funds I got now so graciously from Paul, thank you very much again for donating so much money for me, and Michael Kahn, you guys really helped. I went to go look at an inverter today and the battery and stuff. I'm just trying to get the final pricing and everything. As soon as the money's in, then I'm going to do that. So I'd rather do that because that was the money given through for the generator fund. And then as soon as my first YouTube paycheck comes through, I'm just waiting for my PIN to come sometime for AdSense. Then I'm looking at getting a microphone and a webcam. So thank you again all for all your support. You guys really, really do help.
And it's pathetic, and it's what shows me that you guys have nothing. Absolutely nothing. When you have to resort to just straight straw men.
Look in the mirror, because the only thing I've been pointing out tonight is strawmans from your side, Jeran. Do you realize that? The only strawmans are coming from your side.
We're not ever strawmanning your position.
So that's a lie as well, because I just pointed out how much strawmans this guy has just got out. So who's the deceiver again, guys? Let's look at the poll again. Out of 82 votes, is Jeran honest with everyone? Only 20% say yes. No, 66%. Not so sure, 15%. Yes. Quite telling, doesn't it? Doesn't it tell you that, Jeran? So please, guys, do share the show with Jeran and his fellow subscribers, so all 156,000 subscribers can see the deceiver that he is, because the guy literally wants to make other people look bad to keep his lie going on. So yeah, I didn't want to have this all-out war against Jeran, but
Ever.
he asked for it.
It is your position. Do you understand the difference? How pathetic one is and how straight up and manly the other one is?
Yeah, man, pathetic. Man, pathetic.
Just saying. Let's go back to where we were. Where's it at? Here we go. And continue on with this.
You see what I'm saying, Nathan? He literally shows it on screen here and then he says you're not proving it. This is the level of intelligence that Nugget has there. Shows it on screen but says you're not proving it.
This video again. So they have a video on his channel right now that has the actual experiment, the DV, the IV on the screen.
He doesn't even know what a hypothesis is, guys. He can't even read the hypothesis out. Can you see how he's struggling just to say what the hypothesis is? This is how science illiterate this guy is.
If heat IV, then water boils DV at 100 degrees Celsius at sea level. It's not true.
It's not true, but he's showing it on screen, guys. That is called delusion. That's just called sticking your head in the sand. You know, IV, heat. That's the kettle that you're seeing there. Water will boil, that's the DV. That 100 degrees Celsius at sea level is showing the control. Is the water boiling at 100 degrees Celsius at sea level? That's what it's showing. And what did you just say? No. Kind of sounds like you got a biased opinion there and you're ignoring what's on screen. Who's dishonest again?
Okay, so the scientific test that they say science has proven isn't proven.
Let's go through this again. The scientific test that they say is proven isn't proven. What do we see on screen, guys? If heat, that's the IV, then water boils, that's the DV. That's the hypothesis finished. Control. 100 degrees Celsius at sea level. What do we see here? Water boiling when heat is inputted into the system. At what? 100 degrees Celsius at sea level. It's 100% proven. You must be, maybe get your glasses cleaned or something. You seem to be having problems understanding this.
So what does that mean? Is it time for Nathan Oakley to say, I'm sorry, Jeran, you're right. And if I continue up with this bullshit, then you're right to call me a scammer. But if I apologize and stop being a fucking British dick, that maybe,
What has British got to do with anything? You see what I'm saying, guys? So now he's got something against your nationality too. Really? The only dick I've been seeing so far is this one. Remember that time when you told Jake the asshole you want to go and have a dick measuring contest? Yeah, there's a reason Jake the asshole calls this guy a shill, guys. And I'm starting to see the reason.
you'll see the error of my ways and you'll accept my apology.
Heat.
Maybe not.
Water does not boil. The variable at 100 degrees C.
Horseshit.
Well, it's horseshit.
We don't say that.
We don't say that.
Heat. Independent variable. And water boils.
No, he doesn't say that anymore.
100 degrees C at sea level. No.
When did QA just say we didn't say that anymore? There's another straw man. He said we don't say that. Not he doesn't say that anymore. So, yes, you just said you do not straw man. There's another straw man. You know when you're adding extra tails to the story?
If heat, independent variable, and water does not boil, independent variable at 100 degrees C.
Horseshit.
So again, this is exactly what I told Brian Leake. He must look at and retract the statement because this was taken out of context. Yes, he's one, how can I put it, his hypothesis, he was saying 100 degrees Celsius or whatever, but there's a reason he said it that way. He even said it in one of his presentations. There's a reason why he put it that way. So if you guys actually go and watch his presentations and you listen to what he says, you would understand it's not doublespeak. It's simply him stating there's a reason for it. But you guys will not share that with anybody because you don't watch it yourself. Unlike you, we actually watch someone's content when we want to rebut it. Because we have the balls enough to sit with it, even though it's as stupid as flippin', I don't have words. It's very frustrating to sit here and tell a grown man, listen here, pure water is not normal H2O. It's flippin' insane.
We don't say that. So
But what we're actually doing is arguing about whether water boils at 100 degrees C or not. And
Yeah, did you hear that? What we're actually arguing is whether water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. It does boil at 100 degrees Celsius. It's been proven, shown, scientifically, with hypothesis.
no, we wouldn't say that.
They wouldn't say that.
See if these have changed. You ready?
Yeah.
Water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit at sea level, 1 atmosphere of pressure, 101 kilopascals, or for examples, hypothesis
I
example.
thought you don't say that anymore.
Again, taken out of context. There's a reason why he said it that way. He even said why he said it that way. You guys might want to get back to your drawing board and actually clip that part out why he said it that way.
Heat will cause water to boil at 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees. A dumb fuck. Shit's it. If you have something propagating, something has to sustain the propagation. I got a good idea. Let's try and define terms here. So, from study.com, in physics, wave propagation.
Really, Lumpy? Jeran lost a debate with Aaron Ra. Oh man, that must be sad because Aaron Ra is not one of the brightest guys around. Okay, but then again, it's not difficult to beat this guy on screen there, you know. I mean, look, if he doesn't even understand what the word pure water means, then how do you think he's actually gonna go against someone? I mean, Aaron Ra at least has more than an IQ of a tuna sandwich, you know. So, yeah.
Now we're in total contact.
No, Professor Bell, don't misrepresent me. I said it's not the same as normal H2O. Normal, you know what the word normal means? There is actually stuff in it. It's got minerals. You understand? So don't strawman me, Professor Bell.
Text now. Wave propagation is a term used to describe the way waves travel or move.
Jolly man, good to see you. I'm glad you came. I always thought Jeran was cool, but not after what he said to me today on Skype. Definitely not. But we're going to get to that soon. We're almost finished with this little skit here.
Does anybody
Without
listen to
wave
that guy?
propagation, phenomena involving waves, sound, and light will
I
not
can't
be
do it.
possible. So we're right in it, right in your context. So propagation equals travel. You see how I got there? Maybe I need somebody to come in and explain this to me and translate it so I can get the true meaning of this sentence.
Jesus.
Fucking idiot.
then it has a duration that can be qualified based on starting point A, slit, and point B, target. Well,
And now they're going to go to light. Yes, Jeran. While we're on the light thing, did I not ask you guys something about light? That you and Whitsett are seeming to ignore me. I didn't even ask Bob because at that time I was just too pissed off about him. But this guy, I did ask Bob actually because I did it live. Guys, yeah, he's trying to say, oh, it's doublespeak again because he's saying instantaneously and light travel. Again, misrepresenting what the actual argument was. But okay. But I think we're done with this because now he's just going to say that, then he's going to get to playing that idiotic song where he's... This song, you'll watch it yourself, and he's going to call me a scammer as well. Because he says, I am not calling Nathan Oakley or QE out on this. What is there to call them out on? And by the way, I haven't been on that show in quite a long time. I was there a few months ago to say thank you for my PC because I'm always at work. So I don't even have time to go on the show. So yes, and there's nothing to call them out on, Jeran. The only thing to call out is you, because you are the one that doesn't have an understanding what is presented. So therefore you think you have an argument, but you do not. Okay, so I think that one's done. Let's quickly move on to Michael Kahn's Boiling Water. I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's quite long, but we'll get some through, just so Jeran can actually understand what boiling water is.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Well, I'm sure you've all heard Jeran say this.
Science cannot prove anything. How would it ever do that? Think about it. If no matter what you try and prove, and these guys, I heard them say the other day, oh, science proof is that the water boils at 100 degrees. That's not proof of anything.
Yes, that is proof of anything. It's proof because you're proving a scientific hypothesis.
For one, what kind of water?
Ah, you see, guys, he already knows what kind of water. So, does this not validate where I say he's being deceptive? Because what was the citation he brought up for pure water? So he already knows what kind of water. Jeran. Thanks for catching yourself. You know, when you lie like this, you get caught out.
Are you talking about distilled water? Are you talking about ocean water? Are you talking about dirty river water? Because guess what? It's all different.
It's all different. And what did he also just say? I didn't say anything about muddy water before. So again, caught out with another lie, guys. So Jeran, how much lies must we catch you out with, and how much straw man must we catch you out with?
Okay, so there is no. You can't just say water boils at 100 degrees.
Yes, you can, because water does boil at 100 degrees. It's scientifically proven. It's scientifically validated. It's done with experiment validating hypotheses, aka proving hypotheses.
That's stupid. That's not proof of it. There's no proof of that.
No proof of it, but you had it on screen.
Depends on exact, and then you don't know all the parameters that go into things.
If you have a hypothesis and it has a simple heat energy boils water and your control is 1 atmospheric pressure, that is the parameters. If you want to add more things to it, you are just creating a new hypothesis. You are not invalidating the already proven hypothesis.
Nothing can ever be proven by science. So if somebody...
That's all science does, Jeran. This is why I call you a scientism pusher. You are a new age pusher. You might as well be a globe defender, because all the citations you either bring up are either straw man arguments or pseudo-scientific papers. You see these things you're trying to push up here, pseudo-scientific papers to make your argument. So, are you a glober or are you a truth seeker? I'm definitely not going to say a truth seeker, because we've just been seeing lies and deceptiveness this whole time.
Has been pointed out this. I've pointed this out to them numerous times. What do? They sit on their debate channel and laugh at me. So I know that whatever they're doing over there is perpetrating a scam.
You see, guys, we're perpetrating a scam because we're pointing out to him that he is being dishonest and strawmanning.
They're scamming people somehow. I don't know if it's for money or what they're doing.
No, the person that has 156,000 subscribers telling someone else is a scammer because they go against your beliefs. Remember, science has no belief. Tells the person who's a scammer. Would that maybe just be this guy that's got 156,000 subscribers making money off of it, or someone that's only got, let's say, 22,000 subscribers like Nathan? Who's going to be the one that's actually scamming someone? I don't know. I would think it's the one that's actually being caught lying the whole time.
But they're not being honest, which means they're scamming.
Alan, 100% agree with you. Jeran didn't help anything, Bob and them, and they keep saying they were misrepresented. But I'm sorry, it sort of tells me the way these guys lie, that they literally went on there on purpose to get misrepresented. Because if you guys just look at Jeran's so-called experiment that he does, but not actually experiment, because he doesn't even know what science is. He never had a hypothesis. He just had a colloquial theory. If I lift it up, they're curved. Did you see how they cut the holes in those boards? If I'm doing something like that so-called scientific, I would get my boards laser cut to the exact specifications. I would make sure the ground level is 100% level where I'm lying it. I'm going to make sure even the torch I have is going to be more of a concentrated lumen than one that diverges too much. Heck, there's so much things you would think when you're doing that, but it looks like they just quickly, oh, I've got 5 minutes to create my art project before school starts kind of thing. That's how his so-called experiment was. So because he felt 100% agree why I will, because it's as shoddy as a flippant, like I said, a person making 5-minute homework before school starts.
Somebody's scamming, and by the end of this video we're going to find out who.
100% agree, Michael. We're going to see by the end of this video who's scamming. I think I've actually shown.
So I'm going to boil myself some water, and it's time to put the...
Showing the globe. For those who are threatened by the scientific method would like us to believe science doesn't prove anything. Sadly, Jeran's livelihood depends on YouTube. He will say anything to save his career. 100% Shank the Globe, 100% agreed. Because it will, maybe at one stage it was for truth for him, but just because he's got so much subs and things that he makes so much money with it, you think now money has got to him that he will rather deceive people than actually just say, yes people, I was wrong, I'm sorry. Because truth takes the back burner when money speaks, you know. Because we all know, when it comes to him, he doesn't have God anymore. He's literally said he was a Catholic, and therefore the Bible is written by men and it's corrupt. The things he says kind of should be red flags to anybody who has a spiritual life in him.
It's too bad. So it goes a bit like this, Jeran. Water, H2O, boils at 100 degrees C at sea level, 1 atmosphere or 14.7 psi.
Right, first things first. I live in
100% hey Brian Leake. Guys, please do not take this out on Brian Leake. He is a good guy. He was totally misrepresented on this, so it's not his fault. Please, Brian, you're an awesome guy. I got nothing against you, and you're on the same side as me. We just want to call out all the flippin' liars on this. So 100% agree, Brian. Who's ever lying, we're going to expose them.
Rotherham, South Yorkshire, United Kingdom. My elevation, 27 metres, 89 feet above sea level. Barometric pressure, 101 kPa. What's kPa? Well, I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at a kPa to PSI conversion table. Type in 101 kPa and it gives me 14.6488115, or rounded up to 14.7 PSI.
Zelda Mocha FE, vibration is simply heat energy. If you take it in the vernacular of heat energy causes the molecules to vibrate faster. So, yeah.
Right, next, we need to put some water in this.
Take note, Jeran, is he putting tap water or is he putting pure water in the pot?
Now, this container don't have any bearing on boiling point of water. It don't matter what it's made out of. It don't have any bearing on boiling point of water. Next, I'm going to fill it with water, H2O. Not muddy water, not seawater, not sugar water, just water, H2O. Right, I'm going to be filming.
Yes, Santa, heat energy is the cause.
I'm going to be filming temperature counter on my phone.
By the way, Michael, epic experiment as always. If you guys haven't already, do subscribe to Michael Khan. He's got great demonstrations and experiments and stuff on his channel. Definitely well worth it.
So I've got my thermometer in water. It's reading 23 degrees C. So I'm going to turn it on full whack.
Okay, we don't need to watch all this anyway. He's gonna boil it. You're gonna see it's on screen. It's gonna show 81. It's not boiling yet. It's gonna go. It's starting, but that's not boiling yet. You'll see the difference between boiling, Jeran, and what this is showing. You think this is boiling now? No, it's still getting there, Jeran.
98 degrees C.
I think we can get it to where it's just almost 100. Oh, it's 100 now. Let's go with 99 maybe. 99. Okay, let's watch from here. Might have to make this big so you can see. Wow. It's hit 100. There, it's boiling now. Now let's see what's going on here, Jeran. 100 degrees C. It's staying at 100 degrees Celsius. You see, it's boiling. That's what's called boiling, Jeran. Because you remember, you said you don't know what boiling is. So it's boiling. Is the temperature changing or is it staying 100 degrees Celsius? Interesting. Staying 100 degrees Celsius. Very, very interesting. Why is it not going up, Jeran? I thought this is disproven. I thought water doesn't boil at 100 degrees Celsius. So what's happening here? It's going through phase change. Scientifically validated, scientifically proven, Jeran. What did you guys say? Yeah, science doesn't prove things. What was his IV? Heat energy causes water to boil at 1 atmospheric pressure, 100 degrees Celsius. Is it boiling at 1 atmospheric pressure at 100 degrees Celsius? Yes. And it's staying at 100 degrees Celsius while boiling. Can we make it more clear for you? Ah, great work, dude. And look, it's still staying at 100 degrees. So how long do we have to keep it going at 100 degrees for? It's like insane that this guy literally thinks that water doesn't boil. I would just say it's delusion. That's all. It's just delusional. Let's see what the poll is saying while we're still watching it staying at 100 degrees Celsius, just for Jeran Campanella. Is Jeran honest with everyone? After 98 votes, yes, only 24%. No, 62%, and not so sure, 13%. I think the poll is kind of speaking for itself, Jeran. But while that's saying, you see 100 degrees Celsius, how long has it stayed on 100 degrees now? Shank the Globe, exactly. What? Boiling at 100 degrees? How did you predict that? I don't know, maybe a scientific hypothesis that is validated time and time again that cannot be disproven. The Jollyman, fluoride in our water is not elemental but from fertilizer. Yeah, fluoride is actually very deadly. I wonder if Jeran's drank too much fluoride maybe. But then again, I think he does distill his water and stuff, so I don't know. Even me, I don't drink tap water whatsoever. Our family only drink ozonated water. So yeah, this is kind of conclusive. It stays at 100 degrees Celsius. So Jeran, would you please be kind enough to show this to your subscribers and tell them again how water does not boil at 100 degrees Celsius at 1 atmospheric pressure, please. Please do that. You are so honest. This is your challenge to you. Jeran, you are honest. Show your subscribers this video where you claim water does not boil at 100 degrees Celsius. So yeah, kind of hectic, don't you think? It's just a constant coincidence, Jim West, is that so? Okay. Why is that such a coincidence? It's a proven fact, Jim West. Literally, you can do it yourself if you want to. There's a reason why this is called a proven fact. That's why I love this hypothesis so much, because people don't like it. People just can't accept that science proves things. F or fail, exactly, fat is fat. But yeah, I think we've kind of got to that point now.
100 degrees C.
100 degrees C.
Get it, Jeran?
You push cryptocurrency, you misrepresent scripture because you've got some kind of god complex or god issues or something, and you call people scammers because you have no clue what science is or scientific method. I think you owe somebody an apology.
Yeah, I think you owe a few people an apology. So, let's just go back to some, before I show the messages on Skype. How are you guys enjoying the show so far? Are you enjoying the exposition of Jeranism equals Scientism? Yes, Michael, I mean, this is something that we did in primary school, as far as I remember. I mean, it's like this. I did this before they even gave us a frog or a rat to dissect. So yeah, it's weird that flat earthers actually did science at school, don't you think? So yeah, Michael, brilliant demonstration, guys. I'll stick the video out in the description after. Michael, you can actually stick it in the chat now if you want to, for whoever's ever interested in watching it, because it's definitely well worth it. Okay, I think let's get on to the discussion with Jeran, because this is why I'm telling you guys why I do not really, how do I hide this stuff? Okay, this is whatever, it doesn't matter. This is what I want to show you guys. I hope you can see my screen properly. I wonder if I can plus it properly to get it look bigger. No, I can't. Okay. Hi Jeranism, I see you on my YouTube channel. Will you please contact me so where we can talk, as there is some misunderstanding somewhere. This was after this video I posted. This was a video called Science Proves Hypothesis. Well, simply I was just trying to get Jeran to concede that the container is not what causes water to boil at 100 degrees Celsius. So he just had to literally go and see. My point is, science can only prove hypothesis. He didn't like that much, guys. So yeah. Then I get messages and saying, yeah, la la la, you're deleting lost comments. I didn't even know I had comments to delete, because I didn't see one comment from him. Let's see if we do find comments now, because I don't see any comments from Jeran. Got Nathan Oakley, got Squirt, Fraps, Blargo, PT, Rick Jollyman, Zebra, Divergent, Kick His Ass. Good to see Kick His Ass, he's a rock star. Professor Full, you know, the usual guys coming up. Going on and on and on. And even Witsit. Why would you have to delete Jeran's comments though? Hey mate. I never deleted anything. What was his comment? Did not even know he even watched this. Really weird. So I didn't even know there was a comment from him. But I'm deleting comments, guys. Intentionally misrepresenting of his comments. What was misrepresenting? I simply brought out a argument that I wanted him to address, but he did not. Okay, so we go. We're still looking. Ah, there's a new one. 2 weeks ago. Deleting my comments. Disgusting. What? Where? I was asleep. Only woke up about 20 minutes ago. Please don't make shit up. Interesting. So, tell me again, Jeran, why are you saying I'm deleting stuff while I'm asleep? Maybe look at time, but then again, you're not bright enough to actually look at that shit. So rather make up shit like try and make me look dishonest, like I'm deleting stuff. Back to, yeah. There are clear misunderstandings. You guys, who are you guys? This was simply me to you, Jeran. I didn't even bring anybody else into the conversation. Hey, Tony Whitcomb, good to see you. Thank you for coming. You guys rock. Okay, I didn't miss any super chats that I hope not. If I did, I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you for your super chats if you did send any. Really do appreciate them. Okay. You guys going around repeating what Nathan says and looking desperate. So you've got a problem with Nathan, first of all. And no, we do not repeat what Nathan says. What I present is presented from me to you. Got nothing to do with them, okay? Did you click the links in the experiment showing water boiling in ceramic at 99 and glass at 102? Okay, so what does this one thing tell you? Did you click the links to the experiment showing water boiling in ceramic and glass at different temperatures? So you are literally claiming here water boils due to what? Ceramic or glass. The change of water boiling changes its molecular structure to have different phase changes because of what? Containers. So there you already said container is the cause of water changing boiling. Do you understand? It's plain clear for everybody to see, or am I misreading something here? Okay, anyway, you see I didn't answer him yet Because look at the times he sends it, 2:33 a.m. while I'm asleep. Again, 4:21 a.m. when I'm just waking up to go to work. Also, you can let me know if Nathan on his Telegram, he's really acting a fool and I'm telling people he isn't him, but people are saying I'm wrong and it's him. Again, what has Nathan got to do with me? Really nothing got to do with me. We are having a conversation together. You and I. Oh man, why is this? Okay. As far as the misunderstanding, don't you think your video is utter garbage? My video is utter garbage, guys. Why is it still up? No, it's not garbage because I asked you a very simple question and it's still up because I asked you a question which you should have, to this day, have not actually responded to, except by telling me my content is garbage. You, like your friend the scammer Nathan, like to strawman people. I haven't seen any strawman from our side, but how have I ever this whole night seen you strawmanning and telling me my video is utter garbage? That's kind of low, don't you think? But anyway, let's go on. One never ever said pot causes boiling. Showing water boiling in ceramic at 99 and glass at 102. So, one ever said pot causing boiling. No. Ceramic at 99 and glass at 102. No one ever said pot causing boiling. Water boiling in ceramic at 99 and glass at 102. Can I make it even more clear for you? So, yeah, if you actually listen to what's going on, you would understand why we're saying it. Heat causes boiling. No shit, Sherlock. Even on my video, I show the IV as heat energy. I explained to you the thermodynamic process in very simple terms. But the type of pot changes the temperature. You just contradicted yourself. You just said that no one ever said pot causes boiling, but the pot changes the temperature, causing water to boil. Yes. You saying water boils at a different temperature is you saying it causes water to boil at a different temperature. You're literally saying it changes its molecular structure. You're saying it's going through a phase change at a different temperature. Tony Whitcomb, thank you. Wow, 50 pounds, dude. What a huge super chat. I can't believe it. Thank you, dude. Being true is a blessing. You have it in spades. Thank you, man. Yes, that's all I want to be is true. And I want to expose these clowns for what they are. I have read the document that he claims he come from. I wonder if they ever read the correct. Exactly, Meekan. We're still getting to the documents because he literally, we did touch on one this earlier where he reads pure water, and thanks to Michael Kahn's video, we see where he actually says, where he knows he's actually, there's differences in water changes it, and then he still wants to bring the argument of pure water to rebut. So yeah, the guys are, he's the scammer, guys. But thank you again, Tony Whitcomb. Thank you for your super chat. I really do appreciate it. You do rock, dude. I can't believe it. Such a huge yes, that's crazy. But yes, guys, I'm all for truth. I know the FED crew is all for truth. We do not care about keeping our subs happy like this guy. That's why they would lie to their audience to keep them, because for them it's all about the money. That means that's a scam. That means they don't care about the truth, which you've all seen. I think we've caught out 3 or 4 lies already, and maybe what, 8 strawmans. But yeah, let's carry on. If you would actually have done the test for real in your video, you would have seen, I actually did it. I boiled it on the fire. I showed you with camera. Should I have stuck a thermometer in now to show you it? I didn't need to do that because it's a proven fact that it boils at 100 degrees Celsius at 1 atmospheric pressure. Thanks Michael Kahn for showing that as well. You might want to have a rebuttal to that. Anyway, the change in temperature is that water boils. You would actually have done the test in real life. Your video was shown, okay, but showed, then proclaimed the water would boil at 100 degrees Celsius. But it does. Do you realize how dumb that is to think you know when even say it is boiling? We showed you when it is boiling. Just because you don't understand when boiling is doesn't mean the rest of us don't. That just means you are ignorant to it. Now it's even more idiotic because you are ignorant to think no one else understands what's going on. That's just stupid and delusional. PJ Crushing, thank you dude for $10 super chat. You rock. Just have to say I joined your channel. Also I sent a $10 super chat. Also this one, bless you. Oh man, I can't understand. So thank you so much. It's you guys that helped me to move this channel forward. Like I said, I'm literally almost gonna get the the webcam and the microphone. Really do appreciate you guys' support. You guys are really helping. Without you guys' support, this channel would be nowhere. And like I said, if I do ever cross the line and you guys do see me not being truthful, please call me out. Call me out on it, because I'm more than happy to be, because I am an open book as I am. I'm not really a guy that wants to have war as you see it here. I literally did try and to mend peace with FED and Glowbusters, but Glowbusters makes it very difficult because they are dishonest. Sorry to say, it's just how it is. I used to look up to them a long time ago, but today I just can't, because I don't see them as actual flat earthers. I literally don't. Because Netzel flat earthers are for truth, not claiming to be truthful and showing to be lying over and over and misrepresenting people. Okay, so let's go. Do you realize how dumb that is to think you know what boiling? When one bubble rises, then 100 rapid boil. How does one experiment know what the other... Again, we showed you what boiling is. It's not when one bubble rises. Okay, I don't delete comments. This is me. And my video was about proving hypothesis, not about ceramic versus glass. I think I've made it very clear there, guys. Can you show me that they boil at different temperatures? So will you be interested to come in my show and talk to me sometime? You see, being very nice after he's being kind of rude to me. This is the one he sent. I said, okay, this supports you. Let's go look what that says. This is that one. The myth of the boiling point. Around 1800, many people, scientists report certain variations in temperature of pure water. You see, this is just the abstract of that other one he showed. Pure water. Should we go on? No, we don't really need to. But I'm still nice enough. This supports you. Just again, pointing out that this was about proving hypothesis. So I'm not even really attacking him. Then I said, look at this. This is interesting. This is the next one. This is the link I sent. This is to say that's interesting. At what temperature does water boil? Explaining water's boiling point and how long it will take. Anxious for your pasta water to reach a boiling point? You're probably tired of hearing a watched pot never boils. That's why instead we have hard facts that you on science behind the temperature of boiled water. How fast it will boil, and whether a lid on your pot or salt in your water will speed up the process. At what temperature does water boil? The boiling point of water is 212 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 degrees Celsius at sea level. So that kind of validates what I've been saying. That means most places at this temperature of boiled water, however, as you rise above sea level, will boil at a lower temperature. So that's changing pressure will change the temperature. So I found that very interesting. So that kind of supported me, Jeran, but did he actually say anything about that? Let's see. Dude, you are not showing my comments. He's ignoring everything I said. Rather than yell and get pissed at you, I'm not going to say that F word. No good liars, I'm dropping it. So more rude to me. I will never mention your show again except say a former FE debates. So what did he just do with his latest debate? He did mention me by calling me a scammer. Really odd. But yeah, like I said, I was just nice to him. You're all liars and scumbags. This is me included, guys, because I've been nice to him. Sorry, someone's in Twitch. Who is this? Sorry, I'm just gonna mute you, dude, because you backfeeding you a bit. I'll unmute you later when we do talk. So yeah, you can see what he's saying there. You're all liars and scumbags. You won't even admit you're wrong. We don't need to admit we're wrong because we're not wrong. I posted links, yes, and experiments on your video, and you can't even go approve them. It's not like you have a million comments. Why can't I go approve them? I've just showed you here what I said. I think it supports you. Just being nice, by the way. So yes, he puts it again. Same. Experiment 1, the identifiedness of boiling point. Almost as soon as I stepped into the lab, I realized that ordinary boiling water was a very complicated and quite infinite phenomena, as witnessed by Adam thermometer discussed above. Two different types, different vessels. Remember, with pure water. And he's just practically copied and pasted it, so we've read the abstract. Read the experiment, watch the videos, and then you will answer this. By the way, I've screen recorded everything I sent you. We will find out your level of honesty. Yeah, we will find out the level of honesty, because I don't actually delete stuff. I keep it for everybody to see. But based on who your boss is, who's my boss exactly, please be so kind to tell me, because I know I don't have a boss here. The only boss I have is my spray painting boss where I work. And do you know him? Do you have some kind of something against him? We both know you'll do anything, even to save face. What will we do exactly, Jeran? So far, I've been very nice to you, and you have sworn at me, called me scumbag, a liar. Doesn't really seem like an honest person, do you? So you show water does not boil at 100 degrees Celsius in ceramic pot and boils at different temperature. Again, that is nothing to do with the hypothesis presented. In your video, you say it will boil at 100 degrees Celsius in a ceramic pot. Yes, because I actually had a ceramic pot and it did. Because this was normal water, not pure water. Jeran, will you put that video, make a retraction saying I was right? You're slightly retarded for thinking. See guys, already. Now, how can you be slightly retarded? You're either retarded or you're not. But what is the reason for calling me a retard, guys? For thinking that I meant the pot causes the water to boil. In ceramic, it boils at a different temperature. If you say in ceramic it boils at a different temperature than glass, you are implying the container changes the molecular structure and thus causes the boiling point to change. Therefore, pot causes boil. Do you get the problem? Just because you're too inept to understand things doesn't mean the rest of us are retarded. It means you're projecting your own retardedness onto us. Yeah. Okay, so we get it. Okay, how many bubbles is boiling? We already explained to you the bubbles is not with the boiling, it's the phase change. Nathan chased the globers away. No, Nathan has nothing to do with this again. Why you bring Nathan up again? I have no idea. Now he has no choice but to lie and go after FEOs. No, he's just trying to save himself because you are defaming his name. You are literally going and making a defamation against him. Last thing, go to Google and search this, please. Does science prove things? Count how many articles share this view and how many take your non-existent ridiculous position. And this is why I tell you guys, this guy is not a flat earther. Just based on this, does this seem to you like he's... What do the globers push to us? Does science prove things? Go to Google and type, what does all those things tell us? It tells us pseudoscientific papers, science doesn't prove things. But not one scientist or anybody can come and tell me that science doesn't prove, because disprove water boiling when it's caused by heat energy. Can anybody just go and disprove it, please? No, because this is when I debated FTFE. Remember, an ex-Navy nuclear physicist that got caught under the rug when I told him, okay, go disprove it, please. He can't. He had to put his feelings into it and said, maybe someone in future could. So he just appealed to future fallacy that he could disprove it. This is the same nonsense. So, yeah, tactics of a glober. So definitely not really showing flat earth-like traits so far tonight, guys. So, yeah, I'm still sticking with, thank you, Jake the asshole, that Jeranism and Globusters are shills. I'm 100% on board with that so far. Do you know that despite what your scammer boss says, again, Nathan has nothing to do with it, he's not my boss. The mere fact you say that again just shows you have no argument. I've never tried to pass on experiment as ether. Did I bring up ether? No. Strawman is all you guys have, that's it. So no, you just created a strawman by bringing the ether up yourself, because I did not bring ether up to you. All you guys have, that's it. Can never address my real point. Scientists and all men are biased. Yes, scientists are biased. So making my point, science does not care about your position, does not care about your opinion. So when you say science doesn't prove things, you are being pseudo-scientific, because you're going against what scientific method is. It's an empirical method. Empirical method. You either prove A or you prove B. You cannot have both or in between. Very, very clear. And we can never know all forces or factors perfectly. Again, science can only prove hypotheses. So if a hypothesis is proven, it stays proven, because it means it's been validated time and time and time and time and time again. If you go and you stick to the hypothesis and you test the hypothesis out, you get the same results. That means it's proven. If you go and create a different hypothesis with different variables, it doesn't invalidate that hypothesis. You just created a different hypothesis to test. Do you get the issue here? Anyway, we will see if your last stand-up guy or a piece of shit. Let's see how many times you can apologize, admit you were wrong, and maybe I'll consider you as a decent person. Guys, how much times did this guy be rude to me, swear at me, tell me I'm a scammer, a scumbag, retard, and how much times was I even mean to him, guys? Nothing. I said this supports you, just pointing out this proving hypothesis, this is interesting. What else did I say? I didn't delete comments, I was proving hypothesis about ceramic glass, can you please show me what boil different temperatures? That's all I asked. What else? Hi Jeran, see you on YouTube channel, contact me, you can talk, there must be some misunderstanding. That's all I wrote. And all this did he striking to me and telling me how stupid I am and stuff. So anyway, after this rubbish, remember I had that live show with What is Light? Part 2. Hey man, well I'm not sure if you saw my video series on light yet. Remember, I was still nice to him, ignoring everything after he's being like this to me. I did the second part last night, and I brought up a part that I would really hope you guys from Globebusters would be able to look and come back to me. I'll send the link. I say around 1 and 5 times. It's around the part I think I asked. It's about the ring laser gyro and the claim of picking up the ether drift. Remember, he just brought ether into the conversation, not me. He did. So yeah, hope you would be able to converse about it. Now, I'm not going to go and call names and do the whole who is right and wrong game. I'm here for truth, and this is a huge glaring issue based on the argument you guys make. It's a positive claim, and I feel you should be addressed. Let me know if you even have type a response here, if you can even just type a response here. No need for a video to come out or talk, whatever. The choice, it's just your choice. I think that's all nice and courteous, even though he calls me retard and a fucking strawman and swear at me and stuff. So let's just go and look at what I presented to him. What is light? Let's look what I said here, guys. I just want to make sure it is showing. Sorry. Yes, okay. Hope you're all sitting. They're showing it through, going through the two different with the two different lasers at the same slit, and it's got fringe pattern A and fringe pattern B of the two lasers. So that's the one laser and that's the other laser, yet they still show the same fringe patterns. So this is what I wanted to show. They're going through the same slit, laser A, laser B. You see the one is at a different length to the others. They don't have any interference with each other, so just keep in mind with that. They observe. When laser beam B was directed at the slit, no changes were observed by eye or camera to occur to laser beam A. that was already being directed at the slit or its ring. So in other words, they already had the one laser beam A, it was on, then they put laser beam B on, and it went through, but no changes occurred. So therefore it was not doing anything to the entrenched pattern on laser A. So what is that conclusion? The conclusion is it does not interfere with each other. When the fringe patterns of laser A and laser B were overlaid, no observed change was observed by the human eye or camera. Very, very odd if it's claimed to be a wave. Because if it was the wave interference pattern, you would have all these demos proving it. It goes against what it is taught. So with this very, very sad 58 votes yes for the current science showing light to be true, they are just simply very delusional. That's all I can say. Okay, so conclusion. Any potential effects of light interfering with light were not witnessed by the human eye or camera during this observation. Again, getting the same conclusions all the time. Conclusions. What was thought by mainstream consensus to be the interference pattern has been demonstrated not to be. Exactly. This whole thing has shown the mainstream consensus of light interference to be false. Totally false. It's really in your face. I don't know how much more clear we can make it to you. Whatever you think this phenomena, whatever you think the phenomenon of what you call light is, it does not interfere with itself. Very straight in your face, we see that. Which means that it does not diffract or does not exhibit wave-like behavior. The behavior of light is a false equivalence to that of water. Exactly. That's all they do. They take the false equivalence of water behavior and saying, therefore, light. So this is when it's getting to the crux of the argument, guys. This is what I wanted Glowbusters to actually go and rebut against, because they claim the ring laser gyro picks up the ether drift. Let's see why I'm saying it cannot pick it up. And this is for the Globers as well, because they claim it picks up Earth rotation. This whole series of light proves that it is not picking it up. It cannot pick it up because it cannot interfere with itself, aka interferometry. Ouch. False. A person may state that interference is not occurring because the lasers being used aren't identical in wavelength. They may also mention magical words such as phase or coherency. Remind them that wavelength is a property of a wave, and the empirical observations being presented here are showing non-wave characteristics. So why would they be talking about wavelength unless they are making an equivocation fallacy? 100% agree with you, Dr. John D. When they're evoking wavelength, it is simply just the frequency occultation. That's what they call it for wavelength. That's why they have to say light is a wave, so it interferes with each other, which is shown false with this whole presentation and demonstrations. So, and people still want to ask me, this is me personally, why I don't believe in the so-called consensus of mainstream today. It's because exactly stuff like this. Today we're getting shown more and more that what we're being taught in science books, which is not even science to start off with, where's the IV and the DV that these guys are pushing, to be true. How can it be true? If you actually go and test it out like this, you see it's not true. So, yeah, really odd. Your globe is built on lies, guys. Yeah?
I don't know what they teach to physics students, or whether they do this experiment or not themselves, I don't know. But you'd think if you were going to do a double slit, you'd do a single slit as well, wouldn't you? In that common sense.
But you see that?
You won't claim light's definitely doing this just through doing the double slit, would you? You'd try other slits, surely, like. That's what I don't get.
Yeah, but you see, that's where they do their, where they're actually dishonest. Because in the school, in the education, they teach you the double slit. They don't really talk, they just talk about the single slit a bit in the textbooks. And then they just let you, if you do it, you just do the double slit. That's it. Now, because it shows that so-called pattern of the double slit, you're not going to go out, because remember, they don't teach you to think logically. They teach you. They don't teach you how. They teach you how can I put, not how to think for yourself. They teach you to think on how they teach you. So in other words, if they say it's a lemon, you must just accept it as fact. That's because that's how they taught you. Because the textbook says it's a lemon, therefore lemon. Exactly what they're doing here. So they let you do the demonstration of the double slit and say you see, therefore, wave pattern. So yeah, like I said, this on screen here is for you glowbusters. Please pay attention to what I'm going to ask you now, because it's very simple. Because you guys seem to be ignoring me. I don't know why, if you guys say you are so honest, why are you ignoring this? Why haven't you even tried to rebut it? Why haven't you even tried to talk about it? I mean, I've invited you guys time and time again to come talk to me about it, but you're just ignoring me, plain out. Wonder why. Rather call me a scumbag and retarded and a liar. That's exactly what Action Lab was doing. That's what they actually do in the education system. They explain it as a wave, don't give you the context behind why, and then, and then all of a sudden they just do it, say, therefore, look, I just beg the question, I affirm the consequence, I say it's science, therefore it's proven. That's all they do, but they don't actually go and say, listen here, go and test it out yourself. Why don't we also do the double slit and the single together and see if we're going to have different patterns, because you should have different patterns if it's a wave interference.
Why has Action Labs got 4 million subs, right? And there's nobody in his comments telling him he's wrong. Because he's proving light to be a wave with his double slit. But yet I showed a double slit and a single, proving light not to be a wave. And yet you've got hundreds in chat trolling and complaining. You know what I mean? I don't get it.
Yeah, because we go against the mainstream consensus. And this is the crux of why I said glowbusters are chills. They are trying to go against mainstream, but still use mainstream pseudoscience citations to make their point. How in the world does that work? How can you tell me you are against the globe pseudoscience, but you want to present pseudoscientific papers? Really great. Remember, today the world is not run by science, it's run by pseudoscience. That's why they always appeal to authority and they're always appealing to consensus. The branch of science or peer review. What nonsense is that? Science is not peer review. Science is not consensus. It has nothing to do with a person's opinion. It's simply an infringement. You are doing an inquiry on something and you're doing an experiment based on a hypothesis for that inquiry. Finish and cloud, that's the scientific method. If it's for peer review, you just put it there so someone else can test it as well. It's not going to be, it's been peer reviewed by 25 people or whatever, and they all come. That's why when most of the people come up and they give me a so-called peer review paper on, let's say, they measured the size, the distance to the sun or whatever. What science? Where was the IV and DV? But it's in a scientific journal, you understand? Where's the science to that? Thank you, Godzilla37. Thank you for the super chat. I really, really do appreciate it. A whole $10, dude, you rock. It's a long road to overnight success, but the rewards of truth are much larger, even still. Thanks, Fata. No, thank you, dude. Thank you all for being 100% agree. Again, just have to say thank you to everybody that does send super chats on this channel, all the Patreon supporters, all the people that support me financially and everything. You guys are really, really helping me to get somewhere in here. And yeah, you guys rock. And like I said, I'm all for truth. I'm an open book. You are always welcome to come and tell me when I'm crossing the line or anything, and I will concede when proven wrong. As easy as that. So I hope I'm getting this message through to the glowbusters. I hope everybody here just at least just hit the like button and share it, because the more people that see this, the better. And yeah, I really do hope that glowbuster people will still actually take my invite and actually come on my show sometime and actually talk like grown-ass people, because yeah, you heard them. They think they are better than us for some odd reason, just because they got more subscribers. Subscribers do not make you as a person. It's your actual character that makes you as a person. And you can see the type of people that come onto my channel that support me. and that support Nathan and them, compared to the people that support guys like Jeran and them. Look at the character differences. You might want to know. And I'm not saying everybody is that way, it's just some people haven't been open to seeing that side of them. That's why I said, if Jeran has any bone of decency, he would actually show this stuff to his audience. And he would actually go and say, listen, yes, I was wrong, I'm sorry. But he doesn't. Remember, he actually made a claim in the beginning. He outright said he is right, and he started laughing. So he already had his bias. He already said he's right, and that's it. So he will not concede. I mean, we're not here to be popular. We're not. Yeah?
Can I just say that Godzilla's ace? I love you, man.
Yeah, no, he's definitely. Actually, all my subscribers, you guys are ace. Yeah, I cannot show how much I appreciate all you guys' support. You guys rock, all my moderators, everybody, and yeah, you guys really do help me with this channel. And like I said, we're all here for truth. We will. How can I put it? We're not going to. We don't. I don't want to build this channel on like some of the channels where if they're wrong, they just have an ego trip and just ignore it or whatever. If I'm shown wrong, I would go and I'd say, listen here, yes, I was wrong, I concede. So if you guys want to tell me that I'm wrong here, then please go and show me being wrong here, because what I'm presenting here simply, to me, it's a closed case. There's no doubt that light is not an interference pattern, it's not a wave. There's no interference patterns with light. So this goes against also using a gyroscope to prove the rotation for anything. Because pay attention, Glowbusters. Pay attention. This is the part where I want you guys to actually go and have a rebuttal for. Because you made a positive claim, it picks up ether drift. So because you make that positive claim, you actually have to go and debunk this whole presentation. Still waiting for you, but you're not even trying to respond to it. Yeah, because it works on interferometry, which is light interference. So let's carry on. You ready to go on?
Yeah, carry on.
Okay. It operates on the principle of the Sagnac effect. Oh, this is the one that Glowbusters like to push a lot. Which shifts the nulls of the internal standing wave patterns in response to angular rotation. You see that? Internal standing wave. So already it is evoking a wave pattern, which we just showed is not the case. Interference between the counterpropagation beams observed externally results in motion of the standing wave pattern and thus indicates rotation. Okay, there's the link. Let's go quickly. Maybe we can click on the link and see what it says. Ring laser gyroscope. A ring laser gyroscope consists of a ring laser having two independent counter-propagating resonant modes over the same path. So it was sort of like where they have the two lasers and it's going over the same path. The difference in phase is used to detect rotation. It operates on the principles of Sagnac effect, which shifts the nulls of internal standing wave pattern in response to angular rotation. Interference between the counterpropagation beams observed externally result in motion of the standing wave pattern and thus indicates rotation. So this was exactly what we were saying. It cannot happen. You see, it's going through and it's supposed to be interfering with itself. We do not see any interference with the light. So this actually goes against and debunks the so-called Sagnac effect for interferometer. So it debunks the gyro picking up any rotation. Hey Captain Caveman, good to see you. Glad you could make it. Yeah, so let's carry on. This section will demonstrate that whatever you perceive the phenomenon... Okay, so I guess I've made my point there. How is the going here? Is Jeran honest with everyone? Out of 127 votes, yes 31%, no 55%, and not sure yet 14%. But when you're going to this amount of energy into debunking NASA and space, hey Travis Fritz, it's not. The problem is doesn't take much energy to debunk NASA and space. I don't know if you guys watched my Artemis 1 live stream I had that time, but I'm waiting for them to actually make a set date to actually go up again so I can. So yeah, it's actually quite quite funny. Another super chat. Thank you with being true, having space. Thank you, yeah, and it's from PJ. Thank you guys again for all your super chats. You guys rock. Really do appreciate it. And Tony Whitcomb again. Read my last comment out loud for Phil. Your last comment, which one was that, Tony? Let's see. Phil thinks nature abhors a vacuum is a fallacy, as he is denying rockets push off so that the only medium left is a vacuum. That's a non sequitur. Exactly, that's a non sequitur. And yes, Phil, nature does abhor a vacuum, hence why there's no such thing as a vacuum in nature. There's only low pressure systems. You being a so-called professor should know this. And yes, that's a non sequitur. Hope it made it justice, Tony. You guys rock. Yeah. Let's get on to what we're saying. So yes, did he actually respond to this? Let's see. Hey man, you managed to watch the link yet? This is the next day. Jeran, you, like Nathan and the rest of your crew, make constant assumptions. I place nothing on RLG, and I don't trust the apparatus at all, and a ton in the work. And yet, I'm sure you do say live that it picks up ether drift. I've heard you actually say it, that the ring laser gyro picks up the ether drift. Did you not? So why are you saying that you place nothing on the ring laser gyro and don't trust the apparatus? There are a ton of inner workings, so you're talking the wrong guy. You said a huge glaring issue based on the argument you guys make, so find me saying anything about it once. Okay, I will actually look for it, because I forgot that actually looking up it, because I did hear you actually talk about this before, and I think it was quite recent as well. So yeah, we'll get there. So find me saying anything about it once and you can be fine with the said, otherwise you can realize that you're not. Here is the truth when you do the same thing Nathan does and accuse me of beliefs I don't hold. So, okay guys, you just heard it. He just denounces the ring laser gyro as picking up the ether. I do think I record him saying it, so I will actually go and look it up and then I'll get back to you guys with that. But let's see, I was still nice to him. Okay, I must have misunderstood it. I thought you also claimed the RLG picked up the ether. God, no. I mean, that explanation of the results is better than the Earth spin, but I don't like the ring laser gyro. You might want to tell Bob and Witsit this, because they are pushing it as it proves the ether. So yeah, just have to tell you though, Nathan has nothing to do with my opinions, and things just, I'm sure no one has anything to do with yours. Yeah, the ring gyro is based on idea of interference of light, and we all can show light does not interfere with itself, and therefore invading the claim picks up drift of any kind. Well, if light is blocked and does not show, is that not interfering with itself? If light is blocked and does not show, is that not interfering with itself? No, that's not interfering with itself, because light has to literally interfere with itself. I've seen an interference pattern where doing the ring laser shot through cut hole, if any light is in the hole, it creates interference pattern of scattering. There is a fringe pattern of sorts when a slit is presented almost as if there has a shadow markers. Not sure if you saw that part. Now, cannot interfere pattern has no difference in pattern, no matter it's single or double slit or even the size opening. Even the edge of a glass with a crack gives the fringe pattern. When the lasers are overlaid one on the other through the slit, also no interference is observed. Okay, so we get on. Okay, I will not include you with Nathan, but I have dismissed the entire crew for their straw man nonsense. They can't even argue my real beliefs. Yeah, your real beliefs. Thank you for pointing out. You have beliefs, not science. They are dishonest, and I thought your video asked me about does science prove the water boils? One day when you were comments laughing because someone said Jeran doesn't realize that it is might take longer or shorter. That's still 100% 100 degrees wrong. You can't even claim anything about boiling water. What do we consider boiling? We've explained it now. I'm not going to explain that again. So again, still bring up Nathan when Nathan's got nothing to do with this. Nathan kept yelling and screaming about water boils at 100 degrees. When he realized he's wrong, he doesn't say anything. He has changed his position to heat causes. No, it's always been heat causes. There's a reason why they said at 100 degrees. Hence, his latest videos you keep showing still shows 100 degrees. So that is a false statement. The problem is not that water doesn't boil at 100 degrees. At sea level, it's that the cause is heat and not the container. That is what I was trying to get across. That's just my argument. Very plain and simple. And I still am not even happy with that. Does speed cause a car to go faster? That's a non sequitur, but okay. Does noise cause volume to increase? Does heat cause things to get hotter? Actually, yes, heat does cause things to get hotter. Now you're being dishonest. Why am I dishonest? I'm simply trying to explain to you what the reason or the argument is. You said 100 degrees Celsius over and over. Yes, I did say it. There's a reason why I said it. That would be a false equivalence though. Just like we showed, the water and light are not the same. Nobody has ever said that a container ever. That is a straw man. Should we go back up and show again where you say 102 degrees and 100 and whatever with different containers? You clearly did say it. But yeah, okay. Let's get back to where we are here. 100 degrees is just a control, mister. Still being nice. I don't think I'm being mean. You cannot build my belief and attack it. I never said anything about container causing anything. What? You can't keep it at 100 degrees Celsius. Again, I said what the argument is. We showed that it boils at 100 degrees Celsius. And yes, you clearly said the container causes the thing to boil at different degrees. So container causes boil at different temperatures. You said ceramic and glass to be more exact. So in other words, you're claiming it changes the molecular structure of water to boil at different temperatures. AKA container causes boil at different temperatures. Okay. It's when we observe the water vapor as in phase change. Have you ever calibrated a thermometer? If that is the control, it is already boiling. That's not what I asked. I asked, have you ever calibrated the thermometer? Then he comes to, if that is the control, it's already boiling. No. The water vapor as phase change is not the saying it's the control variable. It's just explaining what the boil is. And says, stop for a second. Okay. You cannot build my beliefs. And exactly. What am I saying? You see that the problem I'm not sure many people are under the impression you claim that water boils at different temperatures based on the container. It's very plain and simple. I've read it out with your actual words. That is stating the water boils because of container, or am I missing something? If you're about truth, you need to admit when you are wrong. Yes, Jeran. If you're about truth, you need to admit when you're wrong. And you'll be showing buckets and buckets of being dishonest here and wrong. Not change your position. Did you a week ago think water boiled at 100 degrees Celsius? It does. Water does boil at 101 in ceramic and 90 in glass. You just said that it has nothing to do with the container, yet you just stated it again. Double speaking clown. So yeah, it does boil at 100 degrees Celsius, mate. Nothing to change. Still saying it. I have not even tested the glass and ceramic claim yet. Would like to actually, which would be true because I would still like to test it, but I would have to use pure water that does nothing to do with our actual argument anyway. But when it comes to do that, we trust the pseudoscientist who made the claim, or are we going to test it? This is a very, very truthful question. Do we trust the pseudoscientists that are presenting this, or are we going to test it ourselves to actually validate it? Because the problem comes to the guy who claimed it to boil at different temperatures was not even using science. Can't have more than one IV in a hypothesis. And as far as I understand, it has a container and heat as an IV in the same hypothesis. Do you see the issue here? But then again, yes, you don't understand science, so you would not see the issue. Pure water, which we didn't claim ever, that is water without any impurities in a clean vessel, such as clean, scratch-free glass, does not boil at 100 degrees, but at temperature significantly higher than that. Nor does water freeze at 0 degrees, but at temperatures significantly below that. These are phenomena known as superheating and supercooling. That is from your abstracts, you know, the papers you are pushing forward. Tell me, where are we ever claiming with pure water, and you are making claims based on what? On what? You're using containers, different containers to have different boiling points. So, do you see the issue here? Pure water, I'm kind of pointing it out to you. No one stated pure water anywhere. When we work with water, we mean water. The hypothesis would state pure water if that was the claim. I think I made it very clear for him. What does he say? I don't know what else to say. I am not wasting my time on something so stupid. And he sends it again. Read it as clear. You want to wrong, dug your feet into the refuse. This is the same, pure water. It's not stupid. It is a major misunderstanding attached to the claim, mate. Very nice, Tim. I'm glad we could iron through this a bit. Then Jeran, that's what Nathan did. What has Nathan got to do with mine and your conversation again? Every time I think we're resolving something, you bring Nathan into the argument again. There is no major assumption. You guys said water boils. Again, you guys. This is a conversation between you and I. Jeran? Now I'm a scammer. What the? I'm just trying to have a conversation with you, man. Yeah. I didn't say that. Dude, you guys are ridiculous. So you didn't call me a scammer and stuff in the beginning, and saying I'm a liar and a retard. You didn't swear at me. So yes, caught in another lie, guys. Dude, you guys are ridiculous. Again, you guys, with this you guys. Who the hell are you guys? Water does boil at 100 degrees, Jeran. It's a proven state. Go read what I said. No, it doesn't. Water in different containers boil at different temperatures. I thought you said water containers is not your claim. You said containers is not what causes water to boil. Again, containers boil at different temperatures. So you are claiming the container causes water to boil at different temperatures. Therefore, that is your claim. Show me water in nature without any contaminants or sediments in them. This is quite a... Because remember, we're using science here. So you actually have to observe a natural phenomena and show me water without any contaminants or sediments in them, please. Are you claiming that that is wrong? Yes, I am claiming that is wrong. There is no water like that in nature. Exactly, making my point. You just debunked yourself. How am I debunking myself? Distilled water boils at 100 degrees. This is how dumb this guy is. He doesn't get this. Debunks his own argument, validates my argument, and still doesn't get how he's debunked his own straw man while validating I said he had a straw man. Okay, no it doesn't. Water in different containers boil at different temps. No they do not. This is the problem. Only pure water, aka they are manipulating the liquid. Water is comprised in reality of more than just H2O. I can't anymore. This is why I'm disowning that crew. This is what happens when you have cognitive dissonance. The guy's fighting with his inner self to try and lie to himself. It is disgusting behavior in my opinion. The only disgusting behavior I've seen so far is from you, Jeran, because I've been nothing but nice to you. I was saying a positive claim and then shown to be wrong. I would say, oh well, I didn't know that. So we've shown you wrong this whole time. So are you going to now go on your word and say you were wrong? Are you going to? Nature gives you distilled water, pure water. You sure about that? What? Dude, can you read? Where did I effing say that? Okay. Please stop attacking FED if you are chatting with me, Jeran. Plain and simple. We're talking to each other. FED's got nothing to do with it. But your actions are a direct result of that show. It's dangerous. Wow, this is really sad. Okay. Are you saying distilled water, man? You are saying distilled water. That's when you said it. Normal people can admit being wrong. I said distilled water boils at 100 degrees. So then when will you admit being wrong then? But that isn't found in nature. I always will. I never said nature gives you distilled water. You said that. I said distilled water boils at 100 degrees. But then you strawman then, because no one ever claimed distilled water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Maybe that is where the confusion is coming in. If you knew it's natural science, you would know it's claimed to be a natural observed phenomena. So in other words, nature is supposed to be showing distilled water boiling at different degrees. It means it's man-made phenomena. This is why you have branches of science. You see why there's so much pseudoscience today. Hold on. Distilled water is the only water that boils at 100 degrees. Are you saying other waters does too? No, that's false, and you know it. That's another straw man. Dude, what, dude? I am stating facts, and because you think you know, cause Nathan says so, you look dumb. Again, attacking me and bringing Nathan into it because he's again shown to be... Yeah. What is false, and I know it? Tap water also boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Have you ever made a thermometer and calibrated? I think I've asked him this already. You calibrated at 0 degrees freezing and boiling point at 100 degrees. This is how it is done. Abstract. Every school child learns that under standard pressure, that's 1 atmospheric pressure, pure water always boils at 100 degrees C. Except that does not. By the late 18th century, pioneering science almost discovered great variations in the water's fixed. It is wrong. So now you're adding pure water to it again? Jeran, that is why I said pseudoscience. What makes us better if we just accept what pseudoscientist says because it makes our arguments? Very good point, don't you think? Then we might as well be globers, which is kind of pushing me to the point that shows me you are not really true and honest to be a flat earther. Tap water is not 100%. What? This is his response to this, guys. Remember, Jeran, why is it said pseudoscience? Because if we accept pseudoscience, then we might as well be just be a glober, because that's what globers do. Tap water is not 100 degrees Celsius. Oh, Meiji. Okay. I am finding citations for you. Do not call other people pseudoscientists. I saw your water in the pot video. Guys, what does this one statement tell you guys? Everybody in chat. Do not call other people pseudoscientists. I saw your water in pot video. Does this tell you that he knows it's pseudoscience and he has a bias because he wants it to be proven to him? Well, his argument proven, even if it's pseudoscientific. Yeah, that's about it. Impurities in the water, like minerals, which cause it to have a higher or lower boiling temperature. I say lower because not all water is the same. Another factor that can be affected by boiling temperature of water is materials that the vessel is being boiled is made of. Experiments have shown that the same pressure water boil at different temperatures in metal and glass vessel, and theorized again water boils high temperature. Again, this is for pure water. I am not even bringing up pure water into my hypothesis and discussion. And you're making claims again about the container, which you said you do not. Your citation is from the Department of History and Philosophy. That is pseudoscience. Exactly, that's not science. We learn at school that pure water, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read that again because it keeps... He just keeps going on and then saying, admit you're wrong. Wrong about what? You made a straw man. And he says it again, the boiling point vapor of pure water. Do you have any sources besides one from pseudoscientists? How did I strawman? I don't make a claim for you. You did make a claim for me because you keep bringing up pure water. So you don't even know what a strawman is. In physics, superheating, sometimes referred to as boiling retardation or boiling delay, is the phenomenon in which a liquid is heated to a temperature higher than its boiling point without boiling. Superheating is nothing to do with boiling water. It's past it. It's a different subject. It's a category error. My only claim is that your claim of water boils at 100 degrees Celsius is wrong. No, it's not wrong because it has shown actual experimentation proving it. You are basing all of this on pure water. Heck, I can be so pedantic and say, what type of thermometer did you use? What was its calibration point? Let's see what he responded to that. The sentence pure water boils at a definition is misleading. Pure water at normal pressure no longer boils is still just parroting the same things over and over, ignoring the question. So I ask, you know this will be much easier if you have an actual conversation. Please let me know so we can sort this out. So I'm literally asking him, come, talk to me, Jeran. Jeran, I am not doing that anytime soon. I wonder why you wouldn't do that. I have a summit to announce Monday, a website to build and a show to do tonight. Maybe next week. Peace. That's fine, and I let him go. When you have time, next week or whenever, peace, mate. Have a great day further. So I let it go. This was what I woke up to yesterday, guys. I see you removed your video that was addressed to me. Was that admitting you were wrong? What about your comment on Nathan's channel? That's what's perspective 3 weeks ago. Haha, that was epic, man. I thought you saw this. Da-da-da. I did see this. And then he sets another link. QE is garbage and Nathan is equally garbage, and I will lump you in unless you say publicly that they were wrong, as they were not wrong. As we just shown tonight, you were the one that's wrong, and because you lumping me in for nothing, I just literally said come and talk to me, and making false claims that I am. Yeah, anyway, you know, for a fact that you hung me out to dry over the water boiling 100, and what did you all do? Changed your story to heat causes water to boil? No one's ever changed it. It's just you think the context is wrong. You literally just ignored the context because QE explained why he had said it that way. But again, what they said has got nothing to do with the conversation between you and me. You know, it's two people engaging, two grown men. You're supposed to be engaging with me, not with QE and John and Nathan and whatever everybody's in the world. It's between us. Why you keep bringing them into this conversation? Anyway, so if I do the test and turn my stove on low and put pot of water on there, while I would disprove the hypothesis that heat causes water, because I can leave the heat on there for years and it will never boil. Again, no, because you do know heat energy. You know the water requires enough heat energy to make it boil. So you just not giving it enough heat energy is just you not sticking to the hypothesis. It just means you are trying to be a bias. You are putting bias into it and putting time into it. Time has got nothing to even do with the hypothesis. Again, showing you have no idea how science works. So, this is me just waking up and seeing this and responding. I see you removed your video that was addressed to me. Was that admitting you were wrong? What? I never removed anything, mate. Which I just showed you. My video is still up. Then he says, what about this comment on Nathan's channel 3 weeks ago? Haha, this was epic. What was not epic about my chat with Witsit? Did you guys see anything wrong with it? I think it was great chat having Witsit on. Thank you again, Witsit, for coming on. It was an epic chat. I really did agree. I still stick to that statement. It was an epic chat because you were man enough to come on here. We can talk. We obviously have different opinions and things. I still don't agree with you on things, but that's how it works. We chat and we move on. This guy is too shit scared to just grow a pair of balls and actually come on my show and talk. Rather, he wants to call me retard and stuff in the back. then you know for a fact that you hung me out to dry, da da da. Again, I'll try and explain it to you. The argument is not that water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, because it certainly does. The argument is that heat energy that causes it to boil, not the damn container. Can I ask you to please show me water boiling without adding heat energy? You cannot. Why? Because a container doesn't cause water to boil. I would still love to talk to you on this, even though you think I'm some scammer or whatever it is, far from the truth. I'm my own person, I have my own opinions too. I do not care what QE and Nathan say. We disagree on many things, which is true. They disagree on many things with me, I disagree with them. Nobody is anybody's boss, okay? So, I would love to talk to you, just like I said. Will you let me know when we can chat sometime? Remember, you did say you can make a time with me. Really don't want bad blood between us because of misunderstandings. What happened between you and Nathan is with you guys. I want us to be honest with each other, and while I think it will be interesting to get views from more than one side on this issue. So, this is what I get, guys. Yeah, I'm done. You're a retard, period. I never said the container caused the water to boil, dumb fuck. That's what you said. A straw man, and you're wrong, and you dig your heels in, and if you think I'm so stupid to believe you think that, wow. Ceramic pots, the water does not boil at 102, no one knows why. Here's a paper, if you can read it and admit you're wrong, good day. Then I actually give him links showing this. Then I say, get over yourself, you really are a dishonest. I tried to be nice to you, I tried to explain the issue, you double speak and swear at me for no reason, calling me a scammer and a retard because you are double speak. I wanted this to be civil, but this is now changed. You did this to yourself. Let's see, you cannot build my belief and attack it. I never said anything about container causing anything. What? You can't keeping it 100 degrees? If you're about the truth, you need to admit you're wrong. And the change of position. Did a week ago think water boiled at 100 degrees? It does. Water does boil at 101 degrees in ceramic and 98 degrees to 90. So you are making my point. There are actually all sorts of variation boiling temperature, removing dissolved water from water easy raise the temperature of centigrade, depending on the material of the container. So yeah, I hope I made it clear. This was quite a long one, guys. So what did you guys think of that? Was Jeran's actions really truthful, or did he act like a coward that has an ego problem and cannot accept when he's being wrong? I take the latter. I think I did get a message by someone. Twitch tried to call me, whoever is. Sorry, I don't actually know who you are. Again, Sean Hawkins writing to me. I was calling out QE for lying. Okay, but yeah. So, what is it? How's it going with you guys? I think that's about it. That's all we really need to say. Is there anything else you guys have to say on this subject? Because I am actually quite bushed. It's damn hot here. Yes, adding salt to water will raise the boiling point and it will lower the specific heat. Very interesting. Heat energy causes water to boil. So yeah, do you guys think this was a good thing to bring this out in the open? Let me know. Because yeah, I wanted to bring up Bob as well, but I'm not in the mood for Bob right now. To bring up all his shit as well, it's just, I don't have energy for that. But yeah, so I'm going to literally say, please like and share the show and make sure Glowbuster sees this. especially Jeran, and get Jeran to actually see how much times he lied, see how much times he strawmanned, see how much times he red herring, see how much times he's just calling people names, and seeing how much times he's just showing dishonesty. It's as simple as that. Hey, Missing Curve. No, I'm not in Joburg actually. I'm in Tabazimbi, dude. Good to see you in Cape Town. And my brother lives in Cape Town, in Bloberg. Really awesome place. I do like Cape Town a lot. It's good to see all you here. Thank you all for joining. Yes, and I do have a stream tomorrow, guys. I don't really have an idea on what the stream's going to be about yet, to be honest. But it would be great if you guys can maybe just hit me with some ideas down below in the comments on what you think the stream should be about tomorrow. It would be great to have some guests on. I actually wanted some guests to come on tonight, but I think it would just go on too long if we had to get on guests now. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna, like I said, I'm for truth, and I'm going to call anybody out that's especially crossing the line with me. As simple as that. I always try and have peace with the people. I try my best, but if they're gonna be like this and they just cross the line, I'm just going to call them out straight. But it's good to see you, Miss guys. The Missing Curve has quite a cool channel. Maybe you can stick your link in the chat, Missing Curve, so if anybody wants to see it, they can go and subscribe to you. He's got quite good content as well. He's also new to the YouTube scene and Flat Earth, so definitely do like and share. So again, thank you all the people here. Just thank you all for being here, just liking the channel, just sharing. All my members, it's awesome to have you guys. All my moderators. Yeah, and I just want to say thank you to all you guys that helped me to get the computer. Otherwise, I wouldn't be streaming now. I mean, look at the difference it's made just on that. So, yeah, and then thanks to Paul and Michael for helping me get the funds to be able to get the generator thing. So, yeah, like I said, I think I'm going to be getting then a rather inverter and a battery and stuff, and I'll charge it up like that, and I can upgrade to solar. So I'm going to save up for some solar, because then I can just probably go right off the grid if I wanted to sometime, because you never know what's going to happen in the future. And yeah, as soon as I do get my first paycheck out from YouTube, I think I will be getting a 1080p webcam and a great microphone. I have already got it in my Take a Lot wish list. So thank you guys all again. Thank you for all your support. If it wasn't for you guys' support, this channel would be getting nowhere. Tomorrow it's going to be a bit different though, because it's my wife and my 12-year anniversary tomorrow. So tomorrow morning we're going out and stuff. We're just gonna chill. And yeah, so I definitely don't want any controversial streams tomorrow night. And then next week I'm probably gonna have a debate again. I got Jack of all trades that wants to debate me, and I got FTFE that wants to debate me on gravity. Yes, on gravity. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, thank you guys. It is quite late here again. I think it's time to sleep. Adam Meekin, good show. Thanks for the honesty, especially with the threats from the bigger channel. Yeah, Adam Meekin, you've also been threatened. I mean, look, when you were on Iron Media that time, just for calling out truth. Oh, thank you, PJ. Just because I don't deserve it, dude. Really, you guys really rock. I do appreciate you guys. Like I said, you guys are like literally the lifeblood of this channel. I am just for truth. That's what I am here for. And I'm more than willing to go and say I'm wrong if I'm wrong. So, Jeran, you know where I am? Anybody from Globus, you know where I am. I'm simply showing you what is presented. You guys can be the man and actually show your character. Now, this is when you're going to test your character to say if you are truthful or not. You would come on my show, give your side of the story, and retract your statements, because it's not acceptable. Sorry to say. You guys are really awesome. I don't know what I would do without you guys. Oh yeah, and that spelling error on sleep. Eat, sleep, flat earth apparel. Yes, I'll change that tomorrow. I just haven't got around to changing the sleep yet. I don't know why I put a SLEAP, but thank you for the guy who picked it up. It's my Afrikaans thinking that comes in sometimes that I don't even realize. Cheers, bud. Thanks for the shout out. Have a great evening. Looking forward to the future chats. Yeah, you guys are all rock. I think I'm definitely going to go take a nap now. Tomorrow morning it's probably going to be up early again with the children as well. So, or a Ferrari. No, with them, they're not actually competition, simply deceivers. That's all. So yeah, night all. See you tomorrow. Arrivederci. Cheers guys. God bless.